Gotta wear the green today, huh, chat? Of course, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary, baby. Let's fucking go. From Xbox, of course. But hey, 360 games, backwards compatibility on PC. And also, there is an Xbox tax going on again. Oh my god. Let's get to it.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab coming, I need a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Fernie's trading people, worders in. Oh, recent gaming, go, rates and pay top mean. Good morning, coming, moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin!
Good morning, everybody. Also tuned in, even the crazy one. Wish you all beautiful. And an awesome Tuesday chat. Good morning. What's cooking? What's happening? We got Trey Bone. He says first. No more this for you. No more game this for blah 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 blah. Giggity hello. Giggity goo. Oh man. Laos boys, good morning. Gears of War. E-Day Open Beta this week. Let's fucking go. Gogo Pole, he says, give me physical. Physicals, they listen to me. Did you guys play Beast of Reincarnation? Crazy? No, I have not tried Beast of Reincarnation yet. I haven't installed it, but I haven't tried it because yesterday I told myself was not gonna play any games. I was gonna go to bed early because chat, I was super tired. I was really tired, chat. I needed to sleep, man. I needed to sleep. Because we got the situation happening in this home, so which is that we gotta get a deep cleansing penetration to kill the mold in this building. So yes, there is a problem here that literally is bothering the heck out of me. It's not letting me sleep as well. But yeah, everything's good. Not only that, I have to take these pills to a whole bunch of things. A whole bunch of things going on. A whole bunch of things. Oh man. Let's see though. It's awesome between, but it's like a soul cycle with a pet duel. And really cool. Yes, I heard the same thing from Plume talking to me about it yesterday. It sounds like it's a really fun game. Casually Louis take this time a while on Island Boy. Yeah, it's on Game Pass. I'm surprised MS didn't advertise game much. Feels like a AAA. It's big to me. Sweet. Kirpyman, what's up, Kirpyman? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, man. Chat. It does suck. Mo does suck. It's a terrible thing. I mean, it's in the air, though. And you cannot see that motherfucker. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can't. You just cannot see it. It's there. And slowly it's eating you up. That's what sucks. The air between this room and the other room is heavy. There's some heavy air going on. So yeah. Speaking of that, I don't know if I closed the door. But yes, good morning, bro boy. How you doing? So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna talk about something that I saw yesterday, thanks to bro boy. He sent me from Game Rants, talking about how the Game Pass killed. Why did Game Pass die? Why was it killed? Which was pretty funny. And again, I sat there, watched the video, and I was in disgust, my friends. I was like, ew, this video is nasty. What do I mean by nasty, like ew and all this stuff? Because the way they attacked Xbox, because of Sony's physical CD doing, it's fucking funny as hell, chat. It's hilarious, but at the same time, it's disgusting. It's pathetic. And man, I'm like, what does Xbox have to do with Sony pulling away from physical? Yeah, they want to pinpoint the blame on Xbox for this, chat. They want to. Molecam was worth smoking 2-pack a day. Yep. That video pissed me off. Really, it did? That was his job to piss you off, though. Oh, you should have given it the watch, though. You should have given it the watch because, bro, boy, we're going to watch it today. We're just going to laugh and laugh and laugh at everything that dude had to say. MySpace relaunch, and will you sign up or not? To MySpace? Only if Tom is there, because if Tom is not there, I ain't going to fucking MySpace, though. If Tom got to be there. He was the only friend I had in MySpace. Seriously. Yes, I was one of those sad dudes that only had Tom as a friend in MySpace. Yep. Hold on, check. Give me 1 second. Let me do something real quick. I know I did something wrong. All right, chat. Sorry about that. I had to go to the other room and do something really quick. So, where was I? Yes, we gotta watch that video. We're gonna have some fun with it. That's the guy like Jeff Grubb video who was wearing a PS headset. That's like the guy who Jeff Grubb said that his Xbox population does this because they don't have any competition. Wow. It's basically kind of like that though. But you know what? We're gonna watch it. I don't care if I get a copyright strike from this shit. But at the end though, chat, this is crazy. Just listen to this stuff. I'm like, whoa, this guy went nuts into this shit. I'm not kidding. He went nuts. Talking all this crap. And I was like, wow. Out of all things, right? Xbox is to blame for everything that is going on out there. So let's go ahead and watch it because I sat here and I watched it. Like I said, I watched it. And this is one of those videos where I'm like, just like that. And hey, I'm wearing the same shirt too. So let's go ahead and watch it. All right, there it is. Got it? All right. You guys see it? Cool. Let me put this theater mode. Let's listen to this bullshit right here.
Game Pass was supposed to be the future of Xbox. Now, new Call of Duty games reportedly won't launch on it. Xbox revenue is way down, and former executives say Microsoft has scaled back its deals, and even some Xbox studio leaders reportedly hate what it did to the value of their games. Which is also what their competition said. Long before any Xbox devs, Sony's Jim Ryan said this would be value destructive towards single-player games and weaken the economics around Sony.
Watch his analysis,
But
pretty funny though.
Microsoft truly believed scale would solve everything. The sacrifice of individual game sales was supposed to be temporary or even irrelevant because the recurring subscription revenue would eventually become more valuable than selling games one by one. And they were wrong. Hi folks, it's Falcon. Join the 1% Club with the button below to get the Falcon Show exclusively every weekend. Today on Game Ranks, what killed the Xbox Game Pass?
What killed the Xbox
Sony
Game Pass?
was right about Game Pass.
Sony was right.
But they were also wrong about something as well.
Watch
Stay
this.
with me, we'll get there. To talk about how Game Pass failed, we have to establish what Game Pass was trying to accomplish. So, as we all know, back in 2013, Xbox basically nuked its console sales by announcing that it was no longer just a gaming console. In fact, it was an everything else console. But it also had always-on license checking, so you had to have access to the internet at all times to be able to play your games. No one liked that, and they did walk it back then, but they also kind of snuck that in anyway over the next decade. That little outage where you couldn't play your digital or your physical games recently. Oof. Anyway, they wanted to depend less on console sales, and they wanted to turn gaming into a recurring subscription business like Netflix, because obviously that turns out very well every time.
You know what's so funny? And it's insane that every time years go by, Xbox is always right for what it's doing. It's kind of funny that always comes up, and nobody ever says, Xbox was right. That's true, though, what I'm saying right here. So let's keep going.
One of the big things that they were doing to attempt to convert their business over to this is day one first-party games that attract and retain subscribers. Eventually, in Microsoft's fantasy world where this works, they would have reached enough scale that subscription revenue replaced ordinary game sales. The key idea was that they were willing to sacrifice concrete revenue up front and thus the value proposition of individual releases to essentially make console sales irrelevant because, again, they nuked that prospect long ago. Which, to be fair, is a real problem they had to deal with, and at the time when they began the subscription service, Netflix, which had already established dominance and was still growing wildly, was more or less definitive proof. Netflix demonstrated consumers absolutely would trade buying physical media for convenient access, pay continuously rather than per item, accept a platform making all of the choices as to what is available to them, and even treat a subscription service as the default way to consume an entire medium. The thing is that Netflix proved that Netflix works. Not that Xbox Game Pass works. It proves that people will subscribe to movies, but it doesn't prove people will subscribe to games. I mean, these aren't just two different markets, they're two different industries. That and Netflix isn't exactly winning on all fronts in every single possible thing. They've raised their prices for profitability reasons in recent years, showing that it's not just an infinite growth machine. In any case, Netflix succeeded because it was able to attain extraordinary global reach early in its life cycle. Microsoft's gamble was that Game Pass could achieve a similar amount of scale in video games before the underlying economics caught up with it. And their longtime rival, like I said at the beginning, said that wasn't gonna work. Now, Sony wasn't just merely saying subscription.
Xbox status.
They were arguing an entire economic shift along with that. If you made games something you just got every month with a subscription, the expensive games that your company relies on heavily to maintain its operating revenue would become instantly devalued. Further, day one subscriptions are going to weaken the sales of those already devalued games, and lower returns means lower investment. And surprise, surprise, Sony turned out to be right. The numbers just never reached escape velocity, I guess is probably the best way to put it.
Sony turned out to be right. How's Soros doing?
They did get quite a few subscribers, but then subscription growth pretty quickly slowed because a video game isn't a movie or even a show. A 12-episode season of a TV show with an hour apiece runtime is 12 hours. That's significantly shorter than a lot of AAA games.
Chat. Listen, let me go back to this. Hold on,
watch this. A TV game isn't a movie or even a show. A 12-episode season of a TV show with an hour apiece runtime is 12 hours. That's significantly shorter than a lot of AAA games. The amount of time it takes to clear the movies you want to watch is significantly smaller than the amount of time it takes to clear your game.
Significantly shorter than the majority of the AAA games. Significantly shorter. But that's one season, my friend. But we're talking about what happens if a show has got like 50 or 60 episodes in it, like Sons of Anarchy. Shows like this that have fucking more than 80 episodes that are on Netflix. I mean, isn't that the same fucking shit? Oh, my God.
Thank you. The fact is, most players don't need to be able to play hundreds of video games at any given time. A lot of people just buy a few games a year, and even though $70-$80 is definitely too much for a game, a lot of people buy a $70 game and another $70 game. That's $140. And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $275.88 a year currently. If you only play a couple games a year, like if one of the big things you're buying this year is Grand Theft Auto 6 and not much else, What's the frickin' point? And then once that growth stopped, Microsoft had to charge more, spend less, or remove its most valuable releases. Exactly what Sony said. The total investment will go down, and that will ultimately further devalue it, which is exactly what happened because price increases make the service less attractive, so much so that people revolted and they had to go back on the price change. And then in order to make that make any degree of economic sense, they had to pull Call of Duty from the deal. Call of Duty not being on Game Pass is essentially the admission that Game Pass has failed. In fact, a whole evil scheme of Microsoft's to own Call of Duty and sell their subscription service
Evil
on
scheme,
Call of
guys.
Duty
Evil
didn't
scheme.
work. A large part of that being that the majority of Call of Duty releases are absolute garbage.
We're not there yet.
Eventually, that's going to create a reputation where
Did you guys hear that? That enough of Call of Duty is garbage, he says? This is literally what he says, though. Sith Lord, why you doing, my bro? Good morning. You're not going to love him too much, though. Just wait till see what he says, though. On why he's trying to pinpoint this is as Xbox's fault. Watch this. Watch this.
want to return
Watch
to
this.
it. Black Ops 7 did not help that. This was essentially the product that was going to make the model work. Because of Call of Duty's scale and sales numbers, people would view Xbox Game Pass as a worthwhile subscription. Except that's not true either, because you still buy one Call of Duty game a year. It costs $70, and again, that's stupid, but it's still a lot less than $275. But although Sony was right about all this, they were wrong about something very related.
Watch
See,
this.
Sony and Microsoft, although their approaches look very different, and Sony kind of called it on the Xbox approach, they're ultimately both trying to reach the same goal: the move away from physical media. What Sony got wrong is...
I got a question. When has Xbox announced they're going to move away from physical media? But okay, let's keep it going.
The problem isn't just what they pointed out about the Xbox model, but people like the option to have a physical copy of a game. It's not that physical media is the leading sales driver. It's not even close. More people buy digital by far, especially if you talk about PC game sales where there are no physical purchases that I am aware of in 2026. No, Netflix actually did prove that consumer behavior is headed digital. People did prove that they'd rather subscribe to something rather than have a big old collection of stuff.
So wait a minute. Hold on. You guys watching this? Let's go back to this. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Watch what he just said.
No, Netflix actually did prove that consumer behavior is headed digital. People did prove that they'd rather subscribe to something rather than have a big old collection of stuff. It's just that that doesn't prove that's what gamers want. It's not even that gamers...
Oh, this does not prove what gamers want? So wait, what are we? What are we? Seriously, what? We're intergalactic planetary? That's what we are? I mean, we're like from another place. I mean, what are we? We're not people? Come on, man.
Want physical media, although many do. It's that gamers want options. I mean, it's there on basically every title screen.
Oh, gamers want options. So why is Game Pass not a good option?
Options.
Asshole.
We're used to options. That's been a part of the gaming business model, that movies, while they have different editions of films, it's just not on the same scale that gaming is. Gamers like to hunt achievements and get trophies and collect those things, and that doesn't apply purely inside of the video game world. It also applies outside. In a certain way, the gamification of collecting is most present in, surprise, surprise, the gaming industry. That is a large part of gaming. In a way, it is not with movies. Yes, people have movie collections, but realistically, compare these two things. Gamers collect way more stuff. And it's not that everybody is going to buy the physical game, but some people want it. I think this is a much more serious way of looking at the physical versus digital argument than ownership, because we didn't have ownership in the physical game era. If we had fought that fight then, Digital on that front would not be a threat today, but we didn't. It's not our fault. We didn't
Watch this.
really know better at the time. Most of us were children. And believe me, this is the angle I care about it from. I think that we should be fighting the fight for ownership, where ownership doesn't mean physical media, but that you actually own the copy and can use it in ways that do not infringe copyright, i.e. not commercially, and can archive it how you want, put it on any hard drive you want, etc. We've talked about this before. And I think the big threat of Sony's digital media move is that it's a signifier that they kind of don't care about the underlying agreement between the games and the gamer. It's not just that gamers like having options, it's that we assumed that was a fundamental part of the industry.
We're almost
and
done.
Sony said, nah, I think that is a larger portion of why the backlash has been so loud against Sony on this front. The thing is, as I said, these are both paths to that outcome. Xbox wanted control via a monthly fee, which also drastically simplified their business end of things while shutting off the option to possess a copy of a game. So,
I got a question. Did Xbox actually shut off not the option of us owning a game, as they say? Because again, we do not own games for years and years on end.
Sony knows the value of a single-player game, understands that there is a value proposition there that's worth maintaining, if not at $70 or $80. But they also just went ahead and said, fuck your options, which doesn't read specifically about discs. It's exactly to gamers as a whole. That's why people are mad.
You see that?
In every way, both of these companies are failing the consumer. They're failing the deal that they have made with us. And Xbox's version of this also devalues the thing that everyone who isn't part of the ecosystem needs to be valuable to make money to justify making games. As much as Sony's dick move is a dick move, Xbox's move is actually shittier because it...
You hear that? That Xbox's move is actually shittier.
Does more to undermine any company that doesn't participate in Xbox Game Pass. And it did this while failing at it. That isn't to say Xbox Game Pass is shutting down tomorrow. It's not. It's actually kind of too big for them to just shut down. But even so, as I said, developers from within Microsoft Studios understand this is...
And we all know the rest. All right, we're not going to even keep on going on with this video. I just wanted to get to that sweet point right there. He said Xbox's move is shitty. That's it. We're not even going to continue with that video. If you guys want to continue on with it, you guys can go ahead and watch the video, but I'm done with watching. That's when I'm right there. As soon as he just kept on hearing, he just kept on shitting on what Xbox's plan was. And so when I sat here and after I watched that video yesterday, and I was like, what I'm trying to understand is, why is your video title says what killed Xbox Game Pass? Why couldn't the video title say, in general, how both of these companies are damaging their brands or whatever? I mean, they could have a different title. But no. The thing is, you put what killed the Xbox Game Pass. And basically what I find so funny is the video starts him talking about Game Pass, what actually did kill it. And I was like sitting here like, what did kill Game Pass though? You did not get to the point of what actually killed it. What was the problem? You brought up some good points, at least in some part of the videos, like how you mentioned that there's some sort of people who buy 1 game a year, 2 games a year that probably won't be there. But again, that's some people. But that's not the whole gaming community. And I find it funny that he talked about options, right? He mentions options. So he sits there and he talks about options. Like, yeah, what we gamers want is more options. So Game Pass is not an option. PS Plus is not an option. I mean, I'm looking at 2 of these things. These are options. You can go ahead and subscribe because it's that simple. It's there to subscribe. You subscribe. And what do? You play the games that drop in there just like PS Plus does, right? Because both of them, they do the same thing. The only difference is that Game Pass drops their games day 1, right? Day 1 games. PlayStation Plus doesn't. Well, it did for a while, but it dropped a little bit, like 1 indie game or 2 in there. because that's what they do. They're dropping one little indie game or another indie game. But I got a question. Isn't that indie game being affected by being dropped on PS Plus in all those areas, though? Just like how Xbox is supposedly cannibalizing sales, doesn't those games that drop into PS Plus actually be cannibalized for that month or 2 or 3 months that they are sitting there? Because people are getting into PS Plus, paying the $15, downloading the game, finishing the game, and after that, not even fucking buying it anymore. I mean, I sit here and I look at these videos that you guys make out there and do, and it's fucking sad you guys are doing this. And trying to blame Xbox Game Pass for everything that's going on right now in the fucking industry. I mean, I cannot believe it. And the main thing, and look, you still have not even gotten to the point what actually did affect Game Pass. And the biggest problem that is affecting Game Pass, and I keep on saying this, that it could have been a bigger thing. It could have, expanded to wider audiences, because there's people out there who sit there and play games that they don't want to buy, because look, the problem is right now people are not buying games, because it's just like you said, though. They buy 1 or 2 games, because even in the video, you even said that loud and clear. You talked about it. And again, you want to pinpoint Game Pass like, oh, it's way too expensive because being on a subscription level. But yet in your same video, you're saying that people wanted to go ahead and subscribe. You talk about TV shows being 12 hours long because there's only one season that is shorter even than AAA games. Like, that is bro, if a TV show continues on, like Sons of Anarchy, for example, that Sons of Anarchy is a big-ass TV show. Jerry Seinfeld is a big-ass TV show. Home Improvement is a big-ass TV show. And even though they're 20 minutes long, they got like 24 episodes in the season. Bro, they're longer than video games. And people sign up to Netflix to go watch these TV shows. They're way longer than that. Take, for example, Crunchyroll, for example, too. One Piece. With One Piece, I mean, bro, you can go out there and make hundreds of video games and it still cannot combine to how many episodes One Piece has. And you're paying $15 to watch One Piece. One Piece. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Yes, exactly. Xbox tax. And I wanted to show this video, chat, because I wanted you guys to hear how much hate there is into these videos and how many people hate and how many bad analysis they have out there when it comes down to Game Pass itself. Again, the problem with Game Pass was this. They haven't marketed well, because there's a lot of people out there that still don't know how Xbox Game Pass is. They still don't know. How do I know this? Because I've done myself the research. I have done it myself. There's people out here who are still in Steam, right? They're still in Steam buying games and not knowing there is a service here on PC for them to jump in. I know this because I've talked to several people about this. What does that tell me? That Xbox needs to go out there. That's the main problem with Game Pass. Other than that, the service is great. It's an option. And also because it's funny enough, you're talking about owning, right? And you talked about the whole physical thing, like you can own the company and everything. We should have fought that war a long time ago. So I got a question. What's the difference from a long time ago to today? Do we own our things right now? No, we do not. What we own is the CD, this plastic box. That's it. But what's inside the CD, we don't own it, my friend. And so you mentioned it in that video. And again, you mentioned options. What's wrong with having options with Xbox Game Pass? Because with Xbox Game Pass, I get to subscribe to the service, right? I get to play the games. And if I like the game, I got the option to buy it with a fucking discount. It's hilarious how you guys don't talk the positive about Game Pass. Not only that, but the most beautiful thing that Game Pass has that you literally always miss on is that people try out games that they wouldn't ever imagine trying out. That is something you guys don't mention. That's something that you guys don't talk about. And if you guys started talking about it this way, Game Pass will be better. It would be, chat. I mean, it will be 100%. But no, there's this thing out there that they have to talk shit and bad about Xbox no matter what. They always have to go out there and talk that shit. And I love how you made this video because, look, if you see, watch this, chat. Look at my title. Right there in my title, Everything fits perfectly right there, right? Look what it says. It says here, Microsoft brings Xbox 360 games to PC. Comes games to PC now with the question mark, right? And it says here, media Xbox tags, Xbox last chance, Microsoft new reset. That's 100 words that YouTube lets me fit in a title. And you guys literally put in this small title in there, and you were talking about Game Pass, but at the end, like halfway up to the video, like literally halfway to the video, you guys are talking about Sony's dick move of taking away physical and trying to pinpoint the blame on Xbox because Sony did this. And saying that Xbox made a dickier move. How is that a dick move? I'm trying to understand, how is that such a dick move? They're trying like to be out there to become the number one digital thing. Wow. These companies in general want to become the number one digital store. If you have not figured that out, not only Xbox, but PlayStation, Steam, all these stores want to become the number one. That's their main goal. They want to have all the user base in there so they can go ahead and buy stuff in their store. That's what they want. They want to get the user to come to their store and buy because that's where the money is. Man. And you made this video say what killed Game Pass and then started talking about the whole Sony physical thing while you're pinpointing blame the Xbox Game Pass that Sony did this basically and it's even did you remove because Sony went out there and took away the physical. Xbox has not come out and announced that they're taking away physical. You guys are assuming something that has not even happened yet because Xbox has not announced it. Now, will it ever happen? I mean, shit, probably is because listen, we've been being prepared with this since 2013. We sat here and saw this. That this was going to come around and happen, though. It is, though. P-Lump at 6:15, everyone invited by me. Okay. We were talking about something you mentioned the other show. I'll kick your butt. So, look, Chill Walker says it can take about 486 hours to watch all the One Piece episodes. 486 hours? Ah, hell no. I mean, literally, that's like 4 or 5 AAA games right there to finish. Even more. Oh, my God. This video was a non-sexual pointy slop, Louis. Of course it was. And I sat there and I was, like I said, I watched this video yesterday. And I was just looking at it, just thinking, like, what is he trying to talk about? Because it's either one thing about Game Pass, but he has a Sony thing. And you know what he's trying to do? Like I always say, what media does is try to protect Sony with their move. Like, oh, yeah, Sony made a dig move, but it's even dickier for what Xbox did. How is that a dig move? Explain to me. Let me see, though. Hold on a second, chat. What? Oh, it's out there. Ah, yeah. How is that a dig move that is getting people to save money? Renting games is bad? Subscription services are bad, yet you're talking about Netflix being the superior subscription service? I mean, I'm trying to understand where you're gonna go with this video, though, because I find it funny that during the video, you even see and say everything that's going on in the real world, though. Like, people subscribe to the services, but not gamers. So wait, so we're alienated? So we're from like intergalactic planetary or something weird, though? Like every time gamers land, we hear the intergalactic song play. Bam, 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 bam. So literally, we're like, what, aliens or something? I mean, we are gamers. And us gamers are doing the same thing as normal human beings do. You know what they do? They sub to services. I mean, if I ask the chat, if they're sub to one thing, they'll tell you, yes, I'm sub to something besides Game Pass. It's that simple. There's people who probably just went off and said, I'm not going to sub into anything anymore because we're retired. But at least in the last 20 years of our lives, we've been subbed into something. It could have been Netflix. It could have been HBO Plus, whatever. But we were subbed to something, or Spotify, whatever. We were subbed to something. So the subscription model is something that works, right? And Xbox went that route. You guys don't like it. I don't understand why. Why don't you like it? Because at the end of the day, you guys get your codes. I don't get it. Why does this bother you, though? Why does a business model from a company bother you guys so fucking much? And yet you have not sat down and talked to a person a common person and ask them, hey, what? I'm going up. So why don't you sit down and talk to a person about this service that is part of the service, and they'll tell you what he feels good about it. And I'll tell you straightforward, hey, look, and this is the funny part. He will literally end the argument right there with you and tell you this. At the end of the day, no matter what, if it's rented or not, it's still a license. We're renting it even though we pay the 70. It's rented to us. It's a right for us to play with the license. Pause. But it's the truth though. If you're a Star Trek fan, this fan would take you 685 hours to watch all movies and TV shows. Ah, hell no! You know how long that is? Shit. So this is what I love about this video, because look, I needed to show you guys how real the hate is out there. How crazy it is out there, the hate. And again, why does this affect you? We are enjoying it. All of us in this chat, but there's 38 people in here that are sub to Game Pass and are enjoying the content that Game Pass brings to us. It is. I mean, look. Yesterday, I sat here for literally 30 minutes talking to Joey, and I said, Joey, you got to go ahead. I think it was 30 or 20 minutes or something, talking to him about RV There Yet. That game dropped in Game Pass. RV There Yet drops into the game. Drops into something, right? Out there. And we look at it, we're like, yeah, I'm not going to buy this. That's what we would have said, though. I'm not going to buy this. I'd rather save my money and focus it and play this right here. And after I played it on Game Pass, I said, you know what? This is a day one. This is a game that I'm going to buy. And I went out and bought it. And it's a new developer that I'm learning who it is, though. And that's thanks to Game Pass. Bro, Game Pass has done a lot for us. It's done a lot for us because at the end of the day, Game Pass has helped us discover all these mega hits. Something these companies don't do these days. They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. So, they say renting games is bad, but what about PS Plus? They only buy it to play online. $200 a year is a lot to just play online, but they gain so. But then again, Sony's aren't the smartest people. No, they're not. Because I love how they bash it, but at the other side of the things, they got PlayStation Plus, which is the same fucking thing. Oh my God. It's Game Pass fault that Soros failed. Exactly. That's what I mean, though. That's what I said. How's Soros doing? I said it during the video. How is Soros doing? Soros doing great? I hope it is, though. Come on, man. Come on. They are renting. Let me see if you're saying okay. Let me see, Louis. We are finished. Why are we finished though? After GTA 6 come out, I'm going to play no more games, just GTA 6. How is it bad for Gears 5? How is it bad for Gears of War? Gears 5 is an evolved version of Gears of War's gameplay, but some of the person don't understand that is an improvement in evolved Gears in visuals and gameplay. Gears of War is fine the way it is. I mean, nowadays they just added more movement to the character, which I'm really happy about. Something that I saw say, wow, these guys can jump, these guys can do this, they can slide, all this stuff. That's fantastic. And Dive 2, that is awesome. That is something, that was missing in Gears of War. They evolved the gameplay. So that means that while you're going into multiplayer, you're going to get these guys jumping off walls, kicking your butt, which is fantastic. Not the jumping off walls, but you guys know what I mean, though. So it's a good thing, though. So, yeah, I love how he did this video. I loved it. Why do I love it? Because I get to slander. I get to slander on everything he said. Yet you did not talk the good side about Game Pass. You did not talk about anything else. No, what you did was you put the video on how and on what killed Game Pass, which I have not seen Game Pass dead. I mean, chat, is Game Pass dead? I mean, look what Usher just did. Usher just said, hey, yo, we're getting the service all on TVs now. So is it dead though? I mean, I'm trying to understand. How is that dead, though? And here's the funny part. What's wrong with that? Because I'm waiting for you guys to say something that's wrong with that, though. Seriously. I really do hope. I seriously do hope they can find out what is wrong with that for getting that service on TVs. Oh, never mind. It's going to stop console sales. Oh, it's going to stop console sales. But who in the blue hell want to drop $700 to $1,000 for a box that's 5 years old? I'm not talking about Xbox itself, I'm talking about PlayStation 2. Because if you all didn't notice, look how slow those sales are piling up on PlayStation though. Because of the price increase. At least Xbox was smart enough to evolve their ecosystem while Sony's stuck in the very same shit. Ways to try to evolve it. What was it? What was that year in 2013 when they decided to do that? Because it's kind of funny though, how Sony's strategy back in 2013, it was the same thing, chat, same thing as Xbox Game Pass, but yet Sony didn't, Sony left that strategy. Why did Sony leave it? And this is stuff I know because someone told me that used to work in Sony this. Is because in order for this to grow, they had to put in a lot of fucking money that Sony did not have. And that's why they quit doing what they did with those enhancements with the Surface, because at the end of the day, they were focusing a lot on the console, right? Cool. But here's the thing though. So they're focusing a lot on the console. Look at us right now. We see this. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we see this thing that is going on, and we are happy about it because we got more options. We're not stuck to the console ecosystem itself. We got the option that if we travel, we don't have to take our console. All we got to take is a controller or an Amazon Fire TV. When we're there, log in and play games. That's all we got to do. We got that option. We don't have the option to carry that heavy shit with us. Especially the PS5 that weighs that fucking 17 or 18 pounds, even though they got the slim out now. But still, it's a heavy thing. No matter what, it's heavy. Even the Xbox is heavy. I don't want to carry that Xbox on my back. Hell no. Holy shit, people trashing Beast. Of course they're going to trash Beast of Reincarnation because that's how these guys are. They trash everything. They suck. This is why you cannot trust these reviews anymore. This is why you cannot sit down and trust none of these guys. You can't. They trash games nowadays. Because that's the click right there. Let's talk bad about games. And then they can play, oh, they shut down the studio. I wonder why. Because you idiots reviewed it bad because there's people out there still believe in your reviews. I do not like the game because, the doggy did not lick my foot. Probably. I don't know. Whatever. David Cohen, no matter what you do, my friend, people will slander anything, man. No matter what you do, they're going to slander anything. I mean, we're right now slandering a video of Game Pass, which in all honesty is worth to be slandered about. They're going to slander everything. When it comes out of games, they're going to slander everything. I mean, remember The Last of Us 2? Remember The Last of Us 2? The Last of Us 2 got review bombed because of something that happened in the game. No, I'm so bad because this guy died. Who the fuck? I'm like, have you ever watched The Walking Dead? I mean, The Walking Dead is like Game of Thrones, though. So wait, Game of Thrones sucked because what was the guy's name? The king. I mean, to be honest though, season 1, that king from the north though was pretty cool. I even like him better than Jon Snow. I'm not kidding you. I was like, I hope this guy lives throughout the series, but he literally dies almost at the end of it. It's like, what the hell? Everybody dies in there. So now the series is bad because that dude died? Come on, man. I forgot what his name is. Is it Tony Stark? I forgot. No, it's not Tony Stark. That's Iron Man, though. Game of Thrones, King of the North. What's his name, though? King of the North. No, that was not Bran the Builder. No, it's not. No. King of, what was that thing called? I forgot the name of the damn thing. Game of Thrones, King of the Wolves. King of the Wolves. I forgot what his name is. What's his name? Was it Theon Stark? I was close though. Theon Stark. Let me see if that's him though. Images. Who is Theon Stark though? That was not him though. No. Theon became king after him though, but what was his father's name though? I thought that was like the coolest character in Game of Thrones, and then he dies. I was like, damn it, they killed that dude. Damn it. Theon Stark's father. All right, there you go. Theon Stark's father. His name is fuck. thought that was the coolest guy out there. Fucking A. What was his name, though? Help me out, chat. Oh, it was Balon Greyjoy? Was his father's name? I think it was. Theon is taken as ward by Lord Erdon. I don't remember what his name was. Was it Theon Greyjoy? That was not Theon. I already read that was Theon Greyjoy. Man, what was the guy's name, though? But you know what I mean by the Stark family, the guy who raised the wolves, though. Ned Stark? Thank you, Ned Stark. I think it's Ned Stark, though. So I thought that was the coolest character in Game of Thrones, and he died, though. So why the hell am I going to be, like, mad because, you know, that guy died? There's more to the series, though. And then, you know, the coolest character, of course, is the short dude in the show, man. That dude was the man. He was like the smartest one out there out of them all. That's why I love the ending to Game of Thrones. Like after you watch the series from start to beginning, and you watch it to the end, then you understand why he came out and said, you know, Bran has to be the king because of this, because kids ruin everything. And you know, in Game of Thrones, every problem that starts is because of kids, though. Always. Always, it's a kid that starts the problem all the freaking time. So yeah, that's the whole point, though. So like I was saying, though, they all cried about because oh no, you know this guy died. So the game continues on. What do you expect? He was gonna die one day. I mean, dude, he was living human lives. And what happens if he got sick and died? So yeah, well, it wasn't justice the way he was killed. Of course, there's people that have revenge in there because he killed another person's father. So that was bound to happen. But yeah. That's the whole point. The review bombed that shit because of that. Even though reviewers were out there, you know, saying, oh, this is the best game ever. But what I mean review bomb was by the fans. They killed it. So everybody has something bad to say about a game no matter what. They always do. Then people try the games later and, oh, this shit game isn't that bad. Why didn't people play it? Exactly. There you go, Trayvon. You're right. No, ponies only wish Game Pass was dead. Of course they only wish that. And I don't understand why, though. I don't understand why can't they sit down, try it out, and try to enjoy what we enjoy. It's their egos that doesn't let them, though. It's hilarious. And speaking of that, because again, like I said, we got a couple things we got to tackle here today. And there was an article out there that literally says this. This is what they say, though. They're already predicting something. I'm just sat here like, oh, God. Here, let me put it right here. Let me show you this article, chat. It's so funny. Watch this. Look at this title right here. Look what it says. Let me zoom in because, man, that is small as hell. I'm not even me. I can't even read it. It says here loud and clear, chat. Games inbox. Will the Xbox reset work for Microsoft? Why wouldn't it work, though? I'm trying to understand what wouldn't work. I'm not sure anyone can say about Xbox now after the latest price hike. It's almost... seems like a joke, except it's not even a little bit funny. I don't even know how anyone would ever think to buy one after just the last year or so of bad news. But now, with a 150 price rise, you would have to be an ultra casual gamer who has heard absolutely nothing of what's going on to even consider it. But I don't feel the sort of person who go for Xbox at the best of times. Wow. Just because of a console price hike. The question is, like I said earlier, who in the blue hell is going to go buy a PlayStation 2 with this fucking price rise? Man, I mean, I even tell my child, I love Xbox, right? I love it. It's a cool console. It's a mighty console, right? It's fantastic. I love the ecosystem and everything. But I tell the chat here loud and clear, hey, listen, guys, buy it used. I don't even tell them to go buy it new. Go for it. Go ahead and buy it used because at the end of the day, if you guys buy it, new, it's a ton of money for something that's 6 or 7 years old. It's like buying an iPhone X that came out in 2017 or 2016 and buying it for the same price as a new iPhone. I would literally tell you, do not buy that shit. Go buy the new one. Oh, my God. Well, The Last of Us gameplay is generic compared to Gears of War. The Last of Us was a fun game. Gears of War was a fun game too. The thing is that people always find something about to complain about, no matter what. Beast of Reincarnation is so-so. I'm still in the opening. Okay. Everybody's got their own opinions. I always say that about games. I mean, I'm not mad at what you're saying is so, or anything like that. I'm just being honest, though. Everybody's got their own opinions. The problem is these days that everybody, especially these review guys, because they just find that excuse to talk bad about it because it lands on Game Pass or lands over here or this and that. They always look for that excuse because that's what they do. They try to bash anything that has to do with Xbox. Anything. Anything. That's what they do. And so today's video about game ranks was not even today, it was yesterday. Incredible how he brings in and just talks about what killed Game Pass, but he doesn't even mention the whole Sony thing, like in the title. Why both of these companies are in trouble, or why both of these companies, ways have caused a lot of commotion. That would have been better as a title, at least a little bit better. But you bashing on Game Pass the way you did, and saying that what Xbox did was even a dickier move. How, again, I'm trying to understand, how was that a dick move? Because we're saving money? And it comes down to what I keep on saying on this show. Have you guys sat down and looked at consumer behavior these days? I mean, Matt Piscatella tells you all the fucking time he's an analyst. And if you don't listen to an analyst like Matt Piscatella, then what are we doing out here? Because Matt Piscatella has been on point about things. He even said it. If you remove day one games on Game Pass, what's the difference? At the end of the day, people are still not going to pick up the game. He even said that. The problem is you guys are facing is consumer behavior has changed, and yet you guys don't sit there and try to understand it. I at least every day try to understand what's going on out there and try to pinpoint what's happening. Try to understand why are these companies shutting down, trying to understand why are these layoffs happening, why is all this shit going on in the video game industry. I'm trying to understand what's happening out there. You guys are not. What you guys are pinpointing, trying to look blamed to get clicks for nothing, because in your video, all you did was talk shit and not even point out what was the thing that actually killed it. I have not seen it. What was it? Because again, for right now, it's not killed yet. It's still ongoing because you even said it in the video, which I found pretty funny. I'm not saying Game Pass is going to shut down now because, it's done. In numbers, it has grown. If it was that bad, they would have shut it down. It was that god-awful, as you say, though. Sony took away my digital copy of Terminator 2 now. Is that a dick move? There you go. See? That's a dickier move. So that's something you did not mention in your video. All you did was mention the dickier move that Xbox did. For what? What did they do? What was such? I don't understand. I mean, I'm saving money. That's what matters to me. And as a consumer, that's what I care for. Save my money. Because at the end of the day, this is a hobby. This is not something to take personal. You guys talk about this like it's a personal vendetta thing or a personal thing. That's my problem. And look how you guys are talking about the $150 price raise and just saying that this is Xbox. What is it going to do? How is it going to go? Is the reset going to work? Why wouldn't it work, though? I mean, Nintendo did a reset back in the Wii U days. It made a hard reset. What did they do? They changed the concept of the console. They made it a hybrid. Look at them now. They became the best-selling console. Not of all time, but I hope it is soon for all time, but damn. And PlayStation came in there and added some numbers that we don't even know about. Kind of funny how they blame PlayStation like for faking out numbers, but yet they have not talked about how that was faked up. Because for me, it's fake as hell. I don't care what Layden says. I don't care what these dudes says. For me, it's fake as hell. Because they haven't proved it, though. So Xbox doesn't keep things around that don't make the money. Remember the Zune Windows Phone mixer? Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing, though. If Game Pass is not where they would have shut down, actually, I would have jumped in there and be like, let's shut down Game Pass. There's a fear factor out there of taking day one games away. And to be honest, if they take that away, it's going to be a big fucking discussion out there. It's going to be a massive war with this. And people are not going to be happy, though. The Xbox tax is real as the Xbox mortgage. So again, I just love how these articles came out. And that's something I was reading, though. Like, what? Like, again, this article says, funny, though. I'm genuinely curious, though, to hear if anyone reading this or knows anyone who's planning to get an Xbox this year. I'm not saying this have to go at Microsoft, Although I'm not sure that they don't deserve it, but I just cannot see any way that any of the reset is going to work. Here's a word: eDay is never going to make money back. Nobody wants to buy an Xbox anymore, and definitely no one wants Project Helix if it costs £1,000. Wow. Nobody wants a Project Helix if it costs that much money or euros. You guys are seriously. Nobody wants it yet. The Steam machine over there in Japan, all those places sold like crazy, and it costs even $1,500. Wow. Watch this. It's time for Microsoft. Look, I love this. I'm telling you, this article is insane. Watch this. Look what it says. It's time for Microsoft to pack up the shop and admit that Xbox didn't work out. More importantly, it's time for someone else to step up and provide an alternative to PlayStation. They've only had free reign for a few months, and you already see what they've been like. Imagine what they'll be like in a year or two with no competition. Zane. No competition. So basically, again, you're pinpointing Microsoft for Sony's dick moves. So you're blaming Microsoft for everything that's going on out there. Wow. And then you want them to pack up. You want the Helix to come out. I mean, what? I'm trying to understand something. You guys want competition, and Microsoft has got the money to go out there and compete, and it's got the money to bring back this console. Yet you're saying pack up and go? Seriously? I mean, make up your fucking minds, you dumbasses. No joke. And that's why I got to use the term dumbass, because, again, this is a dumbass move. Just like IGN reposted an article again, Xbox is ruined. Oh, man. That's what they're trying to do. Video game bubble, I'd be curious to know if this one direct per game approach is working for Nintendo, because it definitely isn't for me. Oh, now you're pissed off about Nintendo? When the more general topic directs, I used to watch them all from beginning to end, but there's no way I'm watching the one for Fire Emblem. Who cares what you're watching on? Who is this dude? Hold on. Who was this dude who wrote this damn article? I want to know let me go down. Let me see what your name is. You did not even post your name out here who wrote this damn dumbass article. Was it AI though? Okay. Weird. Email your comments to Game Central, Metro.com, UK. Okay, but who was the one who wrote this article? I'm trying to find out though. Because I just love how you said you're not gonna watch the show. Like who are you, dude? Who cares if you're not gonna watch it? Like, seriously, who are you? Just like I didn't for Splatoon Raider or Tamagotchi Life, and I won't for the new Wii Sports game either. Aw. You sound like you need to go outside and touch some grass, my friend. Life is short. I'm not going to watch for games I'm interested in. But this isn't bad for Nintendo. Any company following the same plan. If Fire Emblem was in the general direct, I would have watched a bit. But for now, I've never have any idea what's about. The same old Shirley encouraging people to get interested in things outside their comfort zone is very much in Nintendo's interest in Porco. But what does that have to do with Game Pass though? Endless hiking. As a recent announcement that it's digital only, let me see, hopefully the PC. But what is this shit about though? So basically, this is several articles in here though. I'm trying to understand though. Because one thing you went in there and made a joke about that, I was like, huh, that was a stupid ass joke. Watch this. Look at these dumbass jokes. It says right here, I can exclusively review the characters that caused the Wolverine game to be rated 18 for nudity is see more butts. I forget what his superpowers are. Bendai. What? Who wrote this article? That was such a bad joke. I'm sorry. Bad joke on the article. Get away. I'm not reading you anymore. Man. That's right. Lame Station. Ending physical disc is Xbox's fault. Facts. That's what they do, though. They're blaming everything on Xbox, so they need them to compete. Yet they want Xbox to pack up and go, but yet they need someone to step up and compete. Xbox is the only one that can go out there and compete, but at the end of the day, that's not even going to change Sony's business. It's not. See more butts? Exactly. Music, see more butts. I'm not kidding you. It says it right there in the article. God, such a bitch. Remember when the Pro released, they blamed Xbox for the Pro's price because Xbox didn't release a mid-gen refresh? Yep. They blame everything on Xbox. It's Xbox's fault. 8-year-old dudes, exactly. So I sit here and I ask myself, why does everything have to be Xbox's fault? Why should they pack up? What should they go? I mean, we want someone out there to compete. Xbox is the only one that can go out there and compete. Will the reset work? I hope it does, because at the end of the day, that's what all of us want. We want this reset to fucking work. And we're happy the way Ash is handling things, because Ash has said loud and clear, hey, we're going to do things people want. Not what you guys wanted. We're going to do things that people want. Period. That's the part that people don't see, though. I mean, right now, they're trying to focus on Elder Scrolls. They're trying to focus on Fallout. I mean, chat, as soon as Bethesda was bought, right? As soon as Bethesda was bought, ZeniMax itself, the one thing people went out there and said, from Obsidian, they should do a Fallout game, a new Fallout New Vegas. We want to see part 2, a remake Fallout New Vegas, where that game deserves to be remade. I mean, that was a topic of conversation for a while. When Obsidian got bought. Same thing with Double Fine. When Double Fine got bought, yes, we want a Brutal Legends 2. Yes, we want a Psychonauts 3. Yes, we want all this stuff. That's what people wanted. And Xbox didn't give it to them. What they gave them was a little, not Xbox itself, but I'm talking about, it's part of Xbox shit. No matter what, it's still part of it. What did it give us? A little thing that was running around with a light trying to shine at things, even though it was a good game, though, that as some people say. But it was not going to attract the person to go buy an Xbox, though. What was the other one? Pans beating up each other? Thank you, Sincere's NetStart. Get ready. Talked about it, Sincere. I think you're way behind, Sincere. You're way behind. NetStart. I saw someone post that Tencent should buy an Xbox. Oh, you know what, bro boy? I wish they did. Because shit, if they buy Xbox, you know what that means? Xbox could rule over China. PlayStation ain't going anywhere, though. Wait, Johnson, the final boss for Xbox is fixing the PC Microsoft Store. Yep, that's the final boss, and they are doing it, though. I wish they did, though. I wish Tencent went out there and bought Xbox and kicked PlayStation out of. I mean, just China alone. Man, just China alone will rule the world, because China's got the majority of the gamers over there. The majority, the big guys are over there. Huh. Nestle should buy Apple. It doesn't make sense. But yet again, chat, that's what these sites do. They make videos, they talk shit, because it's kind of funny. In that video, they talk shit about the Sony, because, you know, chat, the key to that video is this. They're trying to protect Sony. They're trying so hard to protect that company. It's hilarious. How they say, well, Sony's move was dick, but Xbox's move was dickier, you know, putting games for rent. Wow, what a dick move. Wow. Hey, Bloodbuster, you guys are dicks. Why? You put games for rent. Yeah. They're all dicks, though. Yeah, Apple buying Xbox. Do you think those prices would be? Apple wanted to charge $3,500 for a VR headset. Yeah, Microsoft had a VR headset too that cost like $4,000. But boy, there was a VR headset in Microsoft too. Let me go look for what's the name of that headset. Let me go see if I can find it. They had a headset that cost a shit ton of money though. It was called, I think it was called HoloLens or something like that. It was expensive as fuck though. But that shit didn't go anywhere though. That was something that Microsoft made, that or someone made for Microsoft. That was like a HoloLens or something. That was fucking expensive as hell. It was like $4,000 too. I mean, they were both expensive, but that thing was like you could literally like do surgery on it or something like that. I don't know. But yes, there was a headset that Microsoft did a long time ago. Forgot the name of that headset, but yeah, they had a headset and then they canceled it. Cost way too much money to make. Way too much money to make. Yeah, Apple buying Xbox, you think, okay, let me see. HoloLens, there you go. HoloLens, there you go. Only 4 games Full is trying to protect from Sony. Asha wants all the smoke, says Wade Johnson. What do you mean 4 games Full was trying to protect, though? I'm lost there, Wade Johnson. What do you mean by that? Yeah, those were the 2 articles that I saw out there that they had a major Xbox tax. Not on the article, a YouTube video that literally didn't say anything. The only thing it said is to protect PlayStation and blame Xbox that they made a dick move for having Game 1 games in there because, again, us consumers, it's dick for us, because, hey, they have to hold a value for single-player games. Oh, they hold a value. Again, how's Saros doing? How's Astrobot doing, by the way? How are all those games doing? Because, look, there are 90 million. 90 million. No. Let's make it bigger. There's 125 million PS5 users right now. Not PS5 users, PlayStation users, sorry. There is 125 PlayStation users right now. Million. And 4 million copies actually good? 6 million copies actually good? How's those games doing? That's not even a dent to how many users PlayStation has. Come on, man. Come on. Yep, protect PS. That was the purpose of that video. They're trying to protect PlayStation, nothing else. Because from that video, what I learned was that who was the biggest dick of them all? Pause. Basically, that's what it was, though. Like, oh, Sony's move was dick, but Microsoft Xbox Game Pass was a dickier move, Oh, they're telling us to rent your games. They're telling us not to buy them. Oh, so awful. What? Bro, you get codes. We don't get codes. You get them for free. I love these guys. These guys that talk about, game. That's what makes me laugh. That's what makes me go crazy. Laugh my ass off all the time that these dudes that complain about day one games of Game Pass are the same dudes that get fucking codes. And I wish that these companies could stop giving away codes and make these assholes buy games for once. So they can at least value the fucking game. Because that's the problem. Why don't they value it as much? Because guess why? They are getting these games for free. They're not valuing it because it's for free, though. Make them pay for it. Be an asshole. Make them mad. Make them pay for it, no matter what. How's your like Beast of Reincarnation? I'm installing it today to try it out. But I don't want to get too much into it because I need to finish. I want to finish Black Flag first before I jump into that one. Hey, Safa, good morning. How you doing, Safa? How you doing? I'm liking Beast of Reincarnation. So a lot of people are liking it. There's a lot of people saying so it's cool, no problem. I think Alice has gotten MS a defense contract for a little bit. Something like that, yeah. Phil just doing what he thought it would work. But I think he knew even at 4 games the moment was a bad decision, but had to commit for all in cloud. I don't even know what the fuck happened there with the 4-game thing. Because seriously, out of all things, it's like what I say, we got a problem with consumer behavior and people are just not buying games as much. I hope they just buy and just start buying. And no matter if it comes to a service, at least buy it though. But I'm not going to force anyone to do whatever they want with their wallet. I'm never going to do that. I'm not that type of person though. I can tell you what game is good. I can tell you how much fun it is. But at the end though, if you want to buy it, cool. Or I would at least tell you, hey, if your heart's mixed up, wait for a sale and then pick it up. So that way, when If you don't like it, say, oh, it's only $10, only $15, only 20. It doesn't affect you as much. That's what I will tell you. Hey, namaste. Aloha, Louie. Hope you're fantastic, wonderful, healthy, safe, and playing great games. Yes, sir. I'm doing pretty well. I only go to the first boss, but I like it. It's like Souls Near like game. Pet Wolf has magic. Nice. CC Trout says Sony aren't focused on Astrobot because they're all too busy playing the Xbox Awesome Call of Duty franchise. Ah, there you go. House of Dragon. Howdy, Louis. Quite the standoff on House of Dragon, huh? I have not watched this Sunday's episode, but I did catch up to episode 6. I did catch up, and to be honest, though, too much talking. Start fighting more. Shit. You get desperate with all them damn talking. Start fighting. I want to see hack and slash. Get in there. Stab each other. At least there was an episode that was like, kind of like the Mafia, though. Everybody started to kill each other. And they're like, what? Hey, Pickles. So what happens to Gamefly if this got relevant? That's not my problem. No spoilers. No, I did not give you spoilers. Just said there was some killing. I never said who, though. But hey, if it's not going to be a Game of Thrones, there isn't any killing, though. So there's going to be killing. I'm not going to say who it was, though. So just watch. That's not a spoiler that's actually true, though. Because if not, the show would have been boring as hell, though. Nah, that's not going to spoiler. It's just that people got killed. I mean, it's Game of Thrones. People get killed all the time. What are you talking about? Like if I say PS ever went bankrupt and had to go full third-party media say they went full third-party to save the industry. Well, Trey Bone, they said it yesterday. They're talking about it saying, well, exclusives are nice, but at the end, though, it's third-party. I'm like, wait, didn't you guys say exclusives matter? Now they don't, though? I find it so funny, though. The dragon sex. Oh, God, I don't even want to get into that. Pony's on focus on Astrobot because they're playing all the same games every year. NFL, NBA, NHL, FIFA, WWE. Exactly, Kirpymon. And we know this for a fact. They're playing the same fucking games. What are we talking about? We're talking about Xbox tax. That's what we're talking about. Xbox tax music. There's a video of Game Ranks that came out yesterday. And Game Ranks says what killed Game Pass. And during that video, they were talking about Sony making the dick move of stop to release physical games, like the word options, because it's kind of funny. He talks about options, and Xbox has got even better options than PlayStation. He's just mad about it. So when he went in there and said that PlayStation, right, even though it was a dick move, the Xbox Game Pass was a dickier move than anyone else, though, because they give us an option to rent games. PS5 members not talking about Xbox. It's not like they have a new game coming out. Oh wait, they do. Marvel Token comes out this week. Oh man. Yeah, what the fuck, Game Ranks? Laugh my ass. Exactly. Kind of funny though, but at the end of the day, music, what they were trying to do in that video is protect PlayStation. Making it sound like it's Xbox's fault that PlayStation did this. And Xbox made a stupid move or bad move because, they're trying to save money for us. Especially those dudes that get all them nice codes in there to play these games. Yeah, they do though. Ha ha! Assholes. I seriously hope they stop giving you all codes so that way you can shut up about Game Pass and shut up about getting these. Oh man, it's just seriously, you guys deserve all the worst, man. I'm not kidding you. Speaking of NHL, I did catch 4K Broad Daylight Kev saying he wasn't going to get the Series X. Oh, he said it here several times. He said he's not going to get an Xbox, though. So that's why, literally half of what SNK Kev says, I don't listen. I don't take it personal. I'm like, okay, you don't want to buy, that's on you, though. It's not worth collecting. It's not worth collecting. What? Kind of funny, though, that you're a console collector, yet you say console not worth collecting, and people do buy 3DOs to collect. They buy Philips CDI to collect. They buy Commodore 64s. They buy Ataris. And even though those consoles do not sell well, people do buy it for collectors, though. If you're a console collector, you want to get everything that comes out. That's the console though. You want to get even the SNK consoles, which you know how they are though. Ziggy says Game Pass was the best game mode for program for low-income families who spoil kids. One payment to shut up the. Ziggy, Game Pass has got more than that though, because that's the problem that people only focus on. Like, oh, this is a program just to rent. But bro, listen, Game Pass has gotten so much better that it's not even funny though. It's gotten so much better. I mean, look, people fell in love with Clear Up Scare. People fell in love with Vampire Survivors. People fell in love with a lot of great games that were on Game Pass though. A lot. I mean, yesterday I sat here and talked to you guys about RV There Yet, a game that's in Game Pass though, and it's super fun. And it's me and Meet the Cheater, even though it's got the worst graphics, but it's a fucking fun game. We're having fun though. It's funny as hell though. Look at all the reviews Joy read. He was laughing at the reviews. He even got interested with the game though. Like how that dude said, "I burned my friends up." 10 out of 10. Yes, sir. Best value in gaming, 100%. And it is though. The problem is these companies don't want to talk about it because I don't know. I don't know what is it that they have against Xbox. So I'm still trying to understand, why are they against Xbox? Why? Why are you guys against it? Like, what did Xbox Game Pass do to you all that you guys are mad about? Not kidding. So let's see though. All right. Didn't get any work messages. Cool. You can still buy full price games at 2 times a year. Fuck. Yeah, exactly. Because that's funny though. Even in that same video, he notices what the problem is right there. They're getting the Sony bag. There you go. See what I mean? They're getting the Sony bag. Yep, that's what they do. That's what they do. Wow, Kotaku. Watch this. Kotaku says Xbox fan fest dates revealed, and a month after laying off the guy, Xbox fan fest guy who created it. Wow, you really had to go there. Oh my god. So literally, you brought up something that happened a month ago, and you're still mad about it. I'm so sorry. Aw. Oh. Even the Game Awards were rigged. It seems so, though. That is true, though. It seems so. Louis, let's message Brap. Oh, Lord, let's not get started with that dude. That dude is Mr. Know-It-All. He thinks he knows everything. He's Mr. Know-It-All. And you can pinpoint that, and he can literally say, oh, no, the video doesn't say anything. He's going to come out and do analysis, though. Because why didn't he come out and do analysis on that video, though? That's why, I quit listening to dudes like that. Big Walk is available now in August, PlayStation Plus monthly games. The puzzle-solving co-op adventure from the team behind Untitled Goose game supports up to 12 players. Aw, nice. I'm happy. How much is the price of Chad? Do me a favor, find out the price of this game. Big Walk. What's the price on it? It's coming to PS Plus though. So what's the price on that game? Let's see how that cannibalizes the sales though. Here we go. Some good Xbox news. Yep. Right here, baby. Let's go. Let's talk some good Xbox news right here. Coming to Xbox Game Pass, exclusive for E-Day Open Beta, Cricket 26, dates, everything, and more. Oh, so there everything's coming. Oh, I wanted to play that game, date, everything. I wanted to play that darn game, man. Woo! So we have Monsters Are Coming. It's coming to premium. Power Wash 2 Simulator coming to premium. Bounty Stars coming to premium. Ultimate PC Premium. Xbox Series X and S dates, everything. I want to play that game. Grounded to going to premium. Ball XP going to premium. Cricket! Let's fucking go. I love the cricket game. I played cricket like crazy the last time. It's a fun game though, even though some people don't like it, but it's fun. Hanging on going to premium. Sand Industry is going to Ultimate PC only. And Mio is coming to premium, guys. Look at that list. Oh man, you gotta love Xbox Game Pass. Woo-wee! I mean, now we're getting did everything. I want to try that game out ever since I saw it, because it's funny as hell. You did anything and everything. The Helix will have the disk drive because it will be the system where you get physical and can upload the digital license. Yes, that is something that really pissed them off. They were not expecting that to happen. They were not expecting that to happen, that Xbox is going to have that option that you can have to upload your disk drive and just put your CD back there, put your licenses there. But again, if you sell your CD and if someone loads the license in another place, they get to keep the license themselves. Aww. I'm so sorry you guys are mad about that. Seriously. I personally can't stand cricket. No! Oh, who wouldn't love that, Safo? Who wouldn't love that? Rear Gaming says Pony's got no games. Pony's got nothing to talk about but shit. That's all they do is talk shit. Nothing else. Talk shit. I cannot believe that these guys made a video saying what killed Game Pass and still and not even told us what actually killed it though. They just told it how the trajectory did not work as well as they thought. That's it. But again, they did not come out and say what actually killed it though. They won't say it because they don't even know what killed Game Pass because Game Pass isn't even that though. Come on, man. Come on. Che Bone says, Grizzly, check out my last chat. Let me see, where is it? Taco Bell using cashiers after catching a cashier stealing money 30 years ago. Oh my God. Hey, Magnum Force, what's up? Good morning. How are you doing? Ash has done a lot of great work since becoming Xbox CEO. 100% might too. She's done a lot of great work. And we cannot deny that though. She's done some fantastic things. And that's the thing that people don't understand. She has done really great stuff. And that's the thing, though. People get mad about this. About what, though? Like, I'm trying to understand, what are they mad about? There's going to be a reset? That Xbox should pack their bags and go away? Why do you want Xbox to go away? Why? I mean, we're enjoying it. That you're not happy with the box, and yet right then and there, you went in there and started to hate on Fire on Album, whatever it is that's coming to Nintendo Switch. Well, you got to hate on that, too. What did Nintendo do to you? Like, I'm not going to watch it. Hell no, I don't care for that. Wow, you must be a really bored gamer. I'm not kidding you. Are you bored? Are you tired of these games? I mean, it sounds like you're tired of it. And why are you talking about games then? Go talk about mowing the lawn or what's the best lawnmower out there in the world, though. Shit. Aloha. Hope everyone is healthy, safe, and playing great games. I missed 2001 where I could buy a PS2 and Xbox for $600. No console war crap. Everyone owned both and the system selector, 100%. That's not going to come back, though. I'm sorry. You on that E-Day beta? I don't know if I'm on it, though. Ponies are still pissed off over E-Day. 2 more days. Yep. We are all eating greats at Xbox. Yes, we are, chat. We are eating greats. And now we're getting that game that state everything. I want to try that game out. It's going to be fun, though. The only thing, if I was to choose something today, I would date the fridge, though. Date the fridge. Why would I date the fridge? Because it gives me food. Yep. That's what I would date the fridge. Let's go. Oh man, they'd rather go to Walmart and take pictures of shelves. Oh, that. Oh, Magnum Force don't be saying that because I did that though. I feel bad though. So it says here, someone who plays across three platforms, depending on which games is out, the few months is going to paralyze me with choices on what to play. As became a father of twins, no time. That's another thing, Teak. That's something I mentioned before on how life is. That's why you gotta get a handheld. That's why like I said, you gotta get the options out there. If you can find it for cheap, though, don't go nuts going crazy spending though, because you got twins now. But yes, time is a problem for all of us, my friend. It is even me. Like, look, yesterday I went out to ride the bicycle, came back home, and I was so tired. I said, you know what? I'm not playing the game. I'm just gonna get the show ready and go to bed. That's what I did. I went to bed and I slept like a baby yesterday. I needed to sleep, and I got some good night's sleep in. Yesterday I was a little bit out of it because I only got 4 hours of sleep. Today I got 8 hours of sleep and I feel good. I feel good. But yeah, time is a problem though. Opponents say Xbox games suck, but throw a fit when they can't play Xbox games. Yep. That's funny though, you bay. Hilarious. They're pissed off E-Day is not going over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-huh. And it's incredible how they're trying to fade away from the physical Sony media because they're trying to cool down the hate. But here's the thing, though, you need to understand, though, and this goes to Game Ranks, this go to IGN, this go to all you media shits out there. This crazy Louis telling you this: you are not, no matter what, going to stop. Not going to zoom in on this one, of course. You are not, no matter what, are going to stop the hate. What's going on with physical media? You're not. I'm sorry. It's just not going to fucking happen. No matter what you say, no matter what you throw down, no matter what you do, no matter how much you want to blame Xbox, no matter who you blame out there, you're not going to stop this hate. Because at the end of the day, these guys do not fucking care what you say about Xbox. Right at this very moment. Why don't they care? Because their main focus is they're trying to win this physical battle. And no matter what you guys say, they're going to focus on that fucking shit no matter what. And they're not happy. So what you got to do is try to cool down these dudes, right? That's what you got to do. Try to cool down these dudes. By how? By telling PlayStation, hey, PlayStation, you best come out and talk to these guys because these guys are pretty pissed off. So we can keep on with their lives and talking shit. So I know Sony's giving you probably the money back. I know Sony's doing something with you all because at the end of the day, it's like everything you guys are saying is that Xbox is bad, PlayStation is good, basically. But you guys are not even tackling down what's happening out there. The only one that's tackling down is Push Square, and they're fighting against this with all their heart. You guys are not doing shit. All you guys are doing is protecting that shit for what? For nothing. And no matter what you say, people are still pissed off about the physical shit. That's what it is, and that's how it's going to stay, my friend. Until Sony says something. It's me, the Brothers, with a $2 super chat. He says, Insider Gaming says Wolverine has an in-game store. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It does? Uh-oh. They want you to spend money inside the game. No! Nina Mistake says, I just completed Uncharted, almost done with Gears 4 and Halo Reach. Sweet. Like I said, single children always got everything. They carry it out into adulthood. Most people don't give a shit, really. Yep. Physical media obsolescence is extremely dividing topic. Yes, it is. And people are pissed off about it. They are. Woo-wee! See, the Valve index is supposed to be 15,000 or more. Laugh out loud. This is all console war bullshit from ponies, and their platform sucking makes them mad as shit. Laugh out loud. Yes. Yes. For the payers, yes. Let me go get that article Bro Boy sent me real quick. Pulling it up right now, Bro Boy. ERSB says Marvel's Wolverine will have in-game purchases? So wait, after you pay the 70, they want you to buy stuff? There's zero multiplayer in Marvel's Wolverine. It's classic single-player Insomniac adventure in the same vein as the company's other franchises. On the other hand, the game's official rating classification suggests extra purchases could feature in the game. Marvel's Wolverine is a long time coming that looks to carry on Insomniac's hot streak for games. Oh wow. Which has been going on for 30 years at this point. Okay. The violent and virtuous Wolverine is getting a full standalone outing, but once you pay the initial money for the game, there might be an opportunity or two to spend more. There might be an opportunity to spend or two more. What? Marvel's Wolverine could have microtransactions. Marvel Wolverine's ESRB game says the game has strewn limbs and nudity, along with swear words and many other adult themes. So that this is good. It's a proper, no nonsense adult theme game with an unrestrained Logan. So basically, what you're trying to sell me is a porn. Okay. So we're gonna see Wolverine in stripper underwear or something like that. That's what you're trying to tell me. I mean, I don't want to see Wolverine in stripper underwear, but you know, if you guys want to see that, you know, I mean, yeah, so it's on you, man. It's on you guys, but cool. Chat. You know what I mean. This definition of game usually means microtransactions. Look, Marvel's Wolverine is rated M for mature by ESB and blood and gore, drug reference, intense violence, partial nudity, and strong language. Also includes in-game purchases. Wow. So, this definition of in-game purchase usually means microtransactions. In this case, this probably means you can buy extra suits and optional cosmetics for Logan. Wow. So, after you pay the 70, you gotta buy extra clothing for Wolverine instead of unlocking them like it used to be sweet back in the day. Like if you do something in the game, you know, you get this cool suit. Or if you run over here and chop off this guy's head, you probably get this. Or do several head chops, you get the Wolverine head chop suit. Well, I don't know, I'm just giving ideas though, because back in the day, you gotta work to unlock them. Now you want us to purchase it? Wow. However, Marvel Spider-Man 2 and other something also mentioned in-game purchases, which this boiled down to was anyone who bought the standard edition who wanted to upgrade to the deluxe edition after the original purchase. The Marvel's Wolverine standard edition is currently $69.99 on the PS Store, and the deluxe edition is $80. Moreover, there's the digital deluxe upgrade option, which costs a further $10, and it includes extra content featured in the digital deluxe edition. This likely is what the in-game purchase relates to. If not, we'll update you. Sweet. So yeah, get him to buy Wolverine in a bikini suit. Nice. Cool. Nice. Too bad I gave my another pour. It was catching dust. Oh damn. Send me your money exactly. So in-game purchase is okay for a single player game. Hey. Cool. Yeah, the Xbox made a dick move by putting it on Game Pass. Hey, cool. MRPS fanboys were making fun of the Deadpool vs. Wolverine butt cheeks controllers that marketed for giveaway promotion of the movie. Looks like they will actually get it in game. My two says rainbows. Oh god. Unlock for Merit is gone. Haha. Yes, it's gone. Remember that? Remember that when you played Resident Evil, you had to finish the game several times to get the infinite bazooka. When you play Metal Gear, you gotta get the invisible suit for Metal Gear. Oh man. Shoot. You got to finish the game several times to get that. I mean, I missed those unlocking back in the day, though. It made you replay the game 100 times, though. PS5 catching dust like a furnace filters. Man, my PS5 is not even here. I still got to tell that dude to send me my PS5 back, and he still has not. I forgot. I keep forgetting about that because I've been too busy with life. Hold on, I'm getting a message. Oh shit. What's this place called? Chat, one second. I gotta order some food. Uh-oh. I totally forgot about that. Hold on. 1 second, chat. 1 second. I'm ready. I'm looking for that dude. Where are you at, dude? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Not This is not the dude. This is not the dude. This is not the dude. Hold on, chat. Looking for the dude. All right, hello. All right, fine. So it says here, I don't know what causes to play them daily. I play my Xbox the most, and I preferred place to play. Why do you play it the most? Because you got a bunch of games to play in there, and especially with that Game Pass, and the games have been super interesting in and out of it. Golden Knight, you had to beat levels to in a certain time to unlock cheats. Exactly. See what I mean? Those unlocks were fantastic, though. I missed that. I missed that a lot. Hold on 1 second, chat. I'm getting the menu. Wait a minute, Louis is putting us blue in the background. Where's the blue at? Where's the blue at? I don't see blue. I got white and green. Where's blue at? Burn it, Louis. That is as a melted. No, I'm not gonna burn that, my friend. No. It cost me money though. I might sell it though, but not burn it. It cost me money. I need to get my money back. Shit. Sony took my money from that bullshit. Can't believe I went out there and bought that console. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Our blood runs green. Yes, 100%. Your stream background? Oh, over here. Oh, okay, I see that. I see that. No, that stream is the world because of the news, though. If I turn it into green, it's gonna be really shiny though. So the blue is kind of like a pale calm. I don't know if green would look nice. I gotta tell Sour Blow to fix that. Turn to green. You're right. I like the green glow spinning around. Let's see if we can do that though. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get the green in there. I'm gonna ask Sour Blow if he can switch that to green though, so we can get it in here. So that way, you need to modernize this to green. You're right. You're right. We need to get that going. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get it to be green though, and just leave this at blue down here. So that's cool. So we're gonna get it in green, chat, in green. So what else? All right. 1 second, chat. Let me order the food, chat. 1 second. Cerdo. Lechuga de pollo. Hold on, chat. Aquí. Hola de guandules. Arepitas. Got it. All right. Got it. Done. Louis is buying us lunch. I should buy you guys lunch, right? Yeah. Has anyone seen Marathon? If you do, please inform the appropriate authorities. Oh, is Marathon still alive? I cannot believe this lady, the CFO, came out and said, Marathon is doing well. We're going to go into season 2. They want to keep on Marathon alive. And yet they talk trash about Xbox. Incredible, chat. Incredible. That's what they do. That's what they do. Let's see, though. So let's bring up the other one. That's the 360 games. Well, you guys pretty much know about it, right? We pretty much know what's the 25th anniversary. I'll cover that really quick. 25,000 physical games. Who is Marathon? Who is Marathon? Marathon is a game made by Bungie that they thought it was going to do well instead of making Destiny 3, which pissed off a lot of people. And now people want Destiny 3 to come back, and yet they're not making a Destiny 3 though. They are so focused on Marathon, trying to save Marathon because they let Bungie do whatever they wanted though. That's what you get. This is why you can't give that much free, because if they do whatever they want, this is at the end what happens. Look what happened with Double Fine and all them dudes. But it's like 50-50 chance of becoming as fuck. Yep. Yep. That's what happened. Joey was bugging. What happened with Joey though? Because yesterday, chat, remember, I had to stand up and do something with the dude that was checking the humidity at my house though. So yes, the humidity, the mold, and all that stuff though. 400,000 sold. Huh, Verge Brizzo, good morning. Not the same Bungie of old. Nope. It's not even going to be. Shoot. Even those guys left. And a lot of people even say that the majority of the studio left. Even the guys who made Halo great and all that stuff has left, though. Bungie is dead. Not as dead as the machine, but dead nonetheless. Mm-hmm. I think it was 25K's total for Concord. I don't even know how many copies Concord sold, though, but that was a big mess. That was a big, big mess, man. That was a big mess. Joey was right. Right about what? What was my brother Joe right about? So, chat, let's talk about this real quick. Anyone, if you're like Saros or Returnal, I could get into Returnal. I feel like a mobile game. I installed it quickly. Returnal's not that bad, though. It's actually a pretty good game. It's actually a pretty good game. So, let's see, though. 25 years. Xbox has an anime background and gamers picks to celebrate 25 years of play. So, yeah, chat, we got gamer picks to add. That's 25 years into the Xbox, so that's pretty cool. So, you get to choose new gamer picks, stuff like that. You also got an anime backgrounds that are made by Clorbell and Ben Kenobi. Congrats to them that they were chosen to do this, which are not as bad. They're actually pretty cool backgrounds. So, guys, go pick that up. You do the dynamic backgrounds, change them. I'm not changing mine because it's Doom though, so it's tough for me to change mine though. Even though these look pretty sweet, but at the end of the day though, that's pretty cool stuff. And gamer picks, and you also get the 25-year badge on your Xbox. That is fantastic stuff from Xbox though. And not only that, they chose two people to actually do that work. That is awesome for them. I mean, Xbox is cooking with that. They are cooking with that and doing a fantastic job with that stuff. Gears marketing, man. Gears marketing has been on fire though. Even though it was on WrestleMania, that was a nice, little marketing skit. And I hope they keep marketing like crazy. I hope that Formula One, they change their costumes and do like a Gears theme one for Formula One, especially since Mercedes-Benz has been winning a lot and Microsoft is supporting Xbox keys giving. Yep. That's what they do. They give, my friend. They give and give and give no matter what. You mean SummerSlam? Sorry about that. I get it confused. SummerSlam and WrestleMania for me is the same shit. SummerSlam is the big summer event. WrestleMania is like the big fall event of them all. Well, back in the day, WrestleMania was fun though. So the Gear WWE market wasn't enough. Yeah, I know he said it wasn't enough though. I get what he means though. I got what he means though. But being in SummerSlam was big enough. For me, it was big enough. But they gotta do more though. They gotta keep pushing though. They gotta keep pushing the market. They cannot Stop with that. I love my green Xbox logo. I was checking them out earlier. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I choose those two creators. Yep. Joe will never think the Xbox marketing is enough. At least what I say though is that what I say though is at least they're marketing. And I hope they keep on marketing. They keep on marketing the box itself though. I hope they keep on doing that. Like they did with what's it called? With Forza though. That was pretty cool how they did that though. I could give a shit, you'd like it or not. That's just Google poll. So, Chad, like I was saying earlier, check this out. Ah, fuck. All right. This is something that's happening, and we know this is happening because, they're mentioning about it. They say that there's a battle plan out there for Xbox to bring back compat games, and here we go. Microsoft is bringing Xbox 360 games to PC. So that's a pretty cool deal, though. Uh-oh. So it says here, building a recent announced, I'm not paying for that shit, so fuck you. Plans to bring original Xbox games to PC. Microsoft is also planning to let developers bring their Xbox 360 games or PC as well, according to leaked documents seen by The Verge and was sent to developers recently. Xbox 360 games will be available to run the next-gen Project Helix console, Xbox PCs, and handheld devices, the document says. Microsoft has already said that Helix will play Xbox games, so making these older Xbox titles available on PC build a broader Xbox library that can travel between devices, similar to what's already possible with Steam. Creating all these digital licenses also helps set up for the future of consoles without disk drives. Sony has already declared games this dead, and Microsoft may follow. Again, what does Microsoft have to do with Sony's decision? Why are you guys so focused on that shit? This Sony, I can't believe. So I got a question though, chat, real quick. So, all right, I'm gonna ask a question. With 360 game developers cannot making them backward compatible, and they will have control over things like the game price and if it's available on Game Pass. The feature is expected to have a gradual rollout between 2027 and 2028 across next-gen devices. The full launch of the original games on PC is also set for October 2026. The initial program in July included just 4 games. The document also includes details, the way players to get a digital version of a game that has already owned on a physical disc, which The Verge tomorrow reported on July. The document says that if the player puts an Xbox One or a Series game on the disc into an Xbox One or Series X console with a disc drive, they are granted a digital license that's bound to the disc and the player's account. So we know about the whole disc thing that was announced yesterday. We talked about it. But again, I got a question though that I had to ask though, chat. So let's say this. I'm even gonna stand up for this and do this though. This is what basically the media is doing right now. So, if PlayStation decides to shut down gaming, Xbox will follow then, right? Because it's not working for PlayStation, so let's shut down Xbox too. Eternal DB87, good morning. How you doing? How you doing, man? You got to be careful marketing. If you got then, you're trying to spend $400 million to advertise for a $200 million game. Oh, that's true though. That's something that's true though. But you got to market it though. MS has marketed as much as they had since late 360. This isn't rocket science. The fact is, Sony is doing the same thing because they learned it does not matter as much. Young people are in Ireland know anything about Xbox Game Pass. It's relevant complaint I have of Xbox. Young people in Ireland know anything about. Louis, tell us about what you think marketing just. So, look, like I was mentioning earlier about something that the article says. So if Sony does whatever it wants, it's Xbox has to follow. So if Sony decides to jump off a bridge, Xbox will follow though. I'm like, What does Xbox have to do with Sony's decision? This is Sony's decision. Now, what makes you guys sure that Xbox will follow them? Because they went digital a couple of years ago. I mean, Xbox prepared us for that. Cool. But at the end of the day, that does not mean they will follow because they can have a disc option. Now, the problem is, will companies follow, though? The companies that make disc, will they follow? Because once that follows, because here's what's funny, though. Xbox does not make Blu-rays. They go over there, they hire a company, or they talk to a company, or the developer talks to a company to make the disc. That does not mean that Xbox will follow. Now, if these companies decide to stop making discs, then of course, Xbox will be obligated to follow because they got no one else to make the fucking disc. That's all. But you guys are trying to pinpoint this. Come on, man. You guys are like, Sony makes its disc. Which they said loud and clear they're going to stop producing this because they switched the factory up to do something else, which is micro lenses. That's the big difference. And because Sony made that decision, Xbox will follow. There's other companies around the world that still make discs. And we don't know at the end, what are they going to do? Are they going to keep on making them? Or going to stop making them? We don't know. Now, if they stop making them, of course, they will follow. But it's not a Sony decision. For fuck's sakes. Oh, my God. Damn. So, Louis, tell us about, you think, marketing just. So what I think is that Xbox needs to get out there and talk more about Google Poll, what a Game Pass is, because there's still people out there who don't know what Game Pass is. I'm not kidding you, Google Poll. I've done my research myself. Someone I follow on Twitch, I'm not kidding you, they said, oh, I want to play Beast of Reincarnation. I said, why don't you sell the Game Pass? You know what they told me? Isn't that an Xbox thing? I said, yeah, but you have Windows, right? Like, yeah. Go to the Xbox app and you'll see that you have PC Game Pass. Oh, I did not know that, they'll tell me. I was like, huh? You know, they need to go out there and talk more about it. People have to realize outside of China, US, and Japan, gaming is very, very small marketing. And tiny little marketing likely isn't worth it. MS doesn't follow Sony at all. MS is doing its own thing as usual. You need to inform potential customers of your products. That's true. I agree. It wasn't enough at the same time. Marketing has changed. You can't keep doing the same thing from the 90s. I would have done something like the I Show Speed think he's big advertising the game. How would you? You didn't even answer my question. How would you advertise? That was my point. Most people don't know. How would I advertise though? I'll give you an example though. So there are big sporting events, right? And no matter what, people are watching it, right? Like take for example, right here, right now in Dominican Republic, we have a sport going on, which is the Centroamericanos right now. Did you know we have an esports happening these next couple of days here in Dominican Republic? And guess who's going to be in the esports? I don't think Expo's going to be there. I know console's going to be there. It's going to be PlayStation though, because they use that in general. So people will go in and watch those matches, right? Take for example, now if Xbox did some advertising in Centroamericanos, would have been nice, because right now, let me see how many people are watching at this very moment. It's happening right now. Because I've been watching it lately. Because, you know, it's here in Dominican Republic. I'm watching it, though. So they need to go like events. Like, take, for example, like how Joey says, soccer stadiums. They need to go out there and announce that they have a soccer game in Xbox. Most people think it's just on PlayStation. I'm not kidding you. PlayStation has like a little soccer commercial that is announcing big games. Xbox should take advantage of that, especially people who watch this thing digitally. Another example, Formula One. You got Gears of War coming. Get the Formula One riders like they did once with Indiana Jones. That was pretty cool. They even shaped the car with Indiana Jones logo and everything, man. And they were wearing like a cool Indiana Jones suit. Do that with the Formula One. Like on big sporting events like that, they should take advantage and market, you know? That's one area I will market because a lot of people watch sporting events. They do. That is one area. And I would do like this cool commercial, like having like take for example, NBA playoffs, right? Have, you know, Master Chief playing basketball with all them dudes, you know, and just running around, doing guys slamming and all that shit. It won't take much and market it in there. That's all you got to do. Use big sporting events. So let's see. As a prime example, what else? Twitch. Make a deal with Twitch. Make Twitch do more commercials on Xbox Game Pass because a lot of people watch Twitch. They do. Get it on there. Get people talking Game Pass, to get where gamers are at. No matter what, get them. So let me see. Centro Deportivo. Hold on, let me go home. Let me see if I can find what is the sporting event for this morning at this very moment. I'm trying to get something, chat. Hold on. I'm trying to find this. Centro Caribe Sports. Right now, we have softball playing. We got tennis playing. We got gymnastics going on right now. And right now, there's 1.2 thousand people watching this. There's 10K people watching this. There's people sitting there watching it, and you need to get like Xbox to be in there. Tell me if it's worth the cost. Yeah, worth the cost. Of course, anything in the right now is worth the cost. Though, if you can get out there and just talk about it, it's worth the cost, my friend. Be concrete because trust me, they talk shit in their meeting at MS Xbox. Google Poll, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You take this too personal, my friend, when it comes to this. Because look, if I tell you this, my friend, with all the heart, they're missing out on something. It's because I've done my own research, my friend. Xbox is not that relevant out there. Xbox is the console that it has no games. Can you believe that my nephew even told that to my face? My nephew told me that. Because that's what it does. That's what it damages, man. That's what these idiots do out there. They damage the brand for nothing. And that's something you need to understand, Google. And when I say talk about it, is because I want to see more about it. Like, take, for example, when I go into my Amazon Google Poll and I turn my Amazon on, I love that on my Amazon, the first thing I see is Xbox. You're getting annoyed, but listen, you cannot get annoyed by that because here's the thing, though, Google Poll. If I wish, let me say something. I wish something, though. And let's say right now, I don't even know if I got someone from Xbox watching me right now at this very moment. I wish they did. That would be fantastic, I wish they listen to us even more, especially the Xbox fans. I told you the hate Israel is as Xbox. How do you combat that? Of course they hate Israel. How do you combat that? Get out there, talk more about it. Get out there and put it out there and talk and put your things out there for people to see that you're alive and well. Because one thing's for sure, Google Poll, is that the Xbox dead thing, I'm not kidding you. You do a video that Xbox is dead, you get all the views in the world. We have tried that before too. Not to hate Xbox? Oh, not to hate it. Well, that's going to take... Hold on a second. Anything about titties, there's a bird named Booby. And that bird Booby is a nice looking bird. Yep, Booby. What you do then? Well, you got to get out there and talk, and be yourself. That's what I mean, though. You got to go out there and show the world that we are here. That's what you got to do. You got to show that we are here. You got to keep on throwing it, even though media talk shit, but you got to keep on throwing it. But done by like I said, though, going over here and not showing themselves has come a big problem. Take, for example, look at SummerSlam. SummerSlam was big, though. Xbox is dead. It's just not as popular. So fucking what? Need us at reality? Well, then, go boy. If we don't make it popular, then what are we doing even here, though? If we don't talk about it, what are we doing here? Because that's the thing, though. I wish they could sit down and listen to me and be like, okay, we'll advertise more, because it sucks, Google Poll, that I have to go online on Twitch, talk to someone from the United States, and they did not even know that, even though they Twitch on PC, they did not even know that there was a service called Game Pass on PC. It sucks. I have to listen to that. I hate it. That's something that really, like, I sit here, I'm like, oh, man. You know what that tells me? They need to do a better job. That's all, Google Poll. Simple as that. They need to do a better job. And they got to keep on telling people, hey, we're here. We are alive and well. And that person told me literally, and that's a casual gamer. That person literally told me, but isn't that an Xbox console thing? I'm like, no, it's on PC. Really? They went and they're like, oh, shit. People who care know. Exactly. So the people that don't care, we gotta show the Xbox gotta show them, hey, we are here and we had this called Game Pass. That's part of marketing. Go. I mean, that's the only thing. That's why it's called marketing. We gotta go out there and announce our stuff. The people who need to know. Well, that's the problem. They need to tell the people who don't know to know. That's the thing, Google. That's what you gotta understand. It's simple business, man. It's simple business right there. That's why PlayStation brings in all these dudes to come pick up their damn console all the time, because they show everyone, hey, we got a console that we can play soccer games on it. And people don't know that Xbox has a console out there. There's a lot of people that don't know. They learn that the market's not big as it is. Well, Google Poll. Right now they do know. Because if you don't notice, they're making deals to make movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. And they're trying to expand and make it bigger. They're taking opportunities right now. And even movies are going to market even more. Take, for example, look at Fallout. Look at Fallout. Can you believe how did Fallout 4 sell? And what did they do after the Fallout TV show was there? Look how much it sold, though. It sold everywhere. That thing skyrocketed. And Xbox gave a free upgrade. They didn't remaster it like Sony did. They just gave it a free upgrade and charged you the same $20. And look how that game sold. That game was number one for a long time, though. Take for example, here, I'll give you another one. What did GTA say? Let's see, though. What did GTA do? Think about that one. GTA even said, this is Rockstar. Rockstar told everybody, they said right now, in summer, we're going to start the marketing. See why marketing is important? Take that, for example, though. Why not? Let me go take a tinkle. Be right back. Ray G. So it says here, or I have a commercial with LNI. Let me talk to you. You got to get an Xbox. Yeah. No, it's about the market, how big it is. If you need to learn, holy shit, I don't think you don't get it. Look, I'm a gamer. I don't care what is popular, what is getting marketed. It's being worried about hype. Well, Google Poll, the thing is that if we don't mention the smallest thing out there, if we don't mention the smallest thing out there, we're not Xbox won't get anywhere. And here's the thing, though, I want Xbox to do well, and the only way to do well is complaining about marketing. Like I do care if Burger King doesn't market it in Supergirl. Well, I mean, I gotta tell you something, Google Poll. If you got a console out there that's literally it's getting its butt kicked because of one simple thing, and that is simple marketing. I mean, we gotta talk about it. We can't stay quiet about it. Now, you get annoyed by that. You need to understand. You say gamers know, we know, but the person who does not know needs to know that this is here, and that's the thing, though, and that's something that I sit there and I look at this. I'm like, man, like I mentioned, I've done my own work, Google Poll. I've done my own research. And that's the thing, though. I've worked on it and I've learned that not a lot of people even know that there's a service on PC called Game Pass PC. And whose fault is that? Is it my fault? No. Because you can say we know. And these are people that play games. They just don't know about it because there hasn't been enough advertising about it so people can know that this exists. They think it's an Xbox thing. I just don't understand why I spend tens of thousands of millions to advertise a product for that is already calling on a 3% profit margin. Sounds like a poor business move. That's how you make the business grow, my friend. I only played a PS4 last gen. I chose to buy an Xbox Series X Day 1 because of Game Pass and the better controller proper placement thanks to Phil and Sarah luring me into the ecosystem. That is that everybody? Saying Xbox in the current situation only because of marketing is completely false. Again, I agree, market more, but be nebulous subject because we already know. Saying Xbox in the current situation only because of marketing is completely false. eBay, if they here's the thing though, if they would have put themselves more out there as they should have by talking even more, not letting these sites do the marketing for itself. So not letting us just do the marketing for itself. So for ourselves though, they need to spend that money and do that anymore. There you go. I kind of don't care anymore because gaming media is Sony marketing. The manager again so asking you why you buy an Xbox is Sony marketing. Pony's defending a PlayStation after Sony literally did. That's what I mean though. I will tell you all what happens step by step. Look at the Xbox Review 25th anniversary console. That is how you avert an advert. Do an advert and exactly. Look how many people got excited for that. Do you think marketing will sell more? Okay, so I got a question, Google Poll. Here it comes. So you ready for this? You're not gonna like it, and it's the truth though. This is what I mean though. So I make a Fallout and I make an Elder Scrolls, and I don't say anything. What am I doing? I'm just making those two games. So what am I doing though? If I don't go out there and announce that we have an Elder Scrolls game for this box, or we have an Elder Scrolls game for over here, what are we doing? How does marketing more profit? Well, eBay, I mean, I'll tell you this much, eBay. How did Sony win last generation? How does Sony keeps on winning these generations though? Ask you a simple question though. Yeah, I don't care where Xbox is in sales. I don't care about that either, Google Poll. I don't care about that either. What I care is that I have my games to play on it and I'm happy about it. But I do care that the brand is still alive so I can keep on getting my games though. So again, what am I going to do with an Elder Scrolls and a Fallout if I don't go out there and announce it and tell people this is what we're doing? That's called marketing, my friend. That's simple. telling people, hey, we got Fallout. Hey, we got this. Look how Forza did it. Forza did really well. Did it push consoles? It did. In some sort of way, it did. I switched 6 of my friends to convert to Xbox. Come on, Xbox. I've done that too, a lot. I've gotten friends who were PlayStation fans to come over here, and now they're enjoying everything though. No, I'll tell you why Sony won, you babe. This is how Sony won. What Sony did was this though. This is what happened. Sony got into the biggest franchises there was out there, which was Call of Duty, right? For example, and that's how Sony won last generation because they got the exclusive content for the whole year, and people went over there and bought PlayStation just to play Call of Duty and play the content for over a year. That's what they did. They advertised it, they marketed it, and said, "Hey, we got Call of Duty over here, right here on this box." They had Call of Duty on the box. That's called marketing. They had Call of Duty announced every time that they had exclusive content for the whole year, and Xbox gets a year later. That's how they won. And that's what Xbox is going to do. Step 10 games going to PC? Advertise on the Super Bowl win, cost 150 million. If only cost 150, you talk about $1 trillion company's got all the money in the world to spend. 250 million is pocket change for those dudes. That's why PlayStation won. Because Raichi, here's the funny part. What sold PlayStation was not their exclusives, my friend. It was Call of Duty. That was what sold the PS. Why do you think Jim Ryan went out there and was kissing the floor about this? I mentioned a lot the ABK, even Safa will tell you this. And Safa was another one. Hates is literally keeping the media alive. Yep, that's another thing though. Yep. Look at that. Oh, they're back to that? Oh, they got nothing else to talk about. Let them be back to that, bro, boy. I mean, they're always going to be back to that shit. And that was how PlayStation won, though. Sony is more powerful and cheaper console at the beginning of last gen. Xbox had a bad stigma. No, Xbox fucked up. We gotta say they fucked up last gen. That was a bad fuck up. They did. But the thing is, Google Poll, that's what I mean though. Now, what they gotta do is this. Now listen. You asked me earlier a question. How do they advertise? I give you like where should they advertise? Now this is what they gotta do. They have they have pretty much a bunch of the best service games out there. Minecraft, big guys out there. You know what they should do? They gotta advertise more Minecraft. They gotta get people to jump into Game Pass to get the special suit. That's how you advertise. You got to get people to come jump over here, especially those Minecraft fans. You got to get them to and prioritize where it all began. That is the core box, right? And in order to get people into the service, you got to say, hey, if you're in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you get these cool skins from Minecraft. You get this cool stuff, this cool level from Minecraft. That's going to get people to jump into Minecraft, into the console, into the service. That's how you advertise, right? Same thing with Forza. Oh, Forza's going to PlayStation? Okay, we can go to PlayStation, no problem. But over here on Xbox, we give you this exclusive content. For this, on PlayStation, you get this 2 or 3 things. But on Xbox, this is what you get if you're on the console. And if you're on Ultimate, this is what you get. There you go. Call of Duty, the same thing. Call of Duty, you can't do much? Okay, then let's do this. For the Battle Pass on PlayStation, keep the same price for the Battle Pass that they had to purchase. And for us, you know, we got to get the points. Give it to us half because we're an Ultimate. That's how you got a Call of Duty person to jump into the service and use that to jump into the service to make Xbox more money and also for us to go ahead and buy stuff. You got to give us those privileges. That's what you got to do. That's it. Gamers are the worst customer base and the least loyal and all talk. Well, I'm super loyal to Xbox. I mean, you see me I'm just out here talking Xbox and I'm super loyal. I buy my games, I buy everything on Xbox because Xbox is super friendly to me. That's why. Speaking of Forza, do you think they will announce Forza Horizon 6 for PS? I do not know. Do not know about that though. I do not know. But chats, guess what? Listen up. The crazy ones gotta go, chat. I got a couple errands I gotta run. I gotta go to the bank. I got several things I gotta do, chat. And like always, chat, before I go, tell me what you've all been playing. What you've all been playing, chat? What you've all been playing? Tell me about that, chat. What you've all been playing. I talk about the general gaming public. They don't give a shit. They just don't give a shit. Yeah, but you know what the general gaming public is? It's on PlayStation. The big general gaming, pretty much. The ones that are the biggest casuals are pretty much sitting on PlayStation for a while. That's why they put 90 million because they've been advertising Call of Duty over there for the longest time. That's why they got all those users over there because of that one little advertising incident for getting an exclusive for 1 year content. That's how it is. No, they are not? Okay. All right, don't believe me then. Oh, they are mobile. Okay. PS is peanuts. Mm. I don't know how to play Xbox is marketing anything. So Uncharted, Gears 4, Halo, Mario Kart. Marketing isn't the same anymore. People aren't handled around TVs anymore. They're watching digital content. They're reading their talents, SF, Steam Deck. They're trying to finish Shote before the PS blackout. Because that's the funny part. Because he doesn't understand where. Because here's the thing, though. You don't under. The thing is, you guys have not sat down and like I. They sit there and laugh, and I mean, I have someone tell me that PS is peanuts. Well, let me tell you something, Google Poll. Everything has got their audience, and the casual audience that's on console, though, are sitting on the PlayStation because they had years of buying Call of Duty on that box and having that year content in there. Years they have had that, my friend. And if you don't understand that. Because that's the thing, though. We're talking about console shit. We're not talking about in general. Because if we go to casuals in general, we're gonna be talking about, yeah, they're on mobile. But what are mobile gamers playing? Candy Crush or Fortnite or this or sometimes this. But that's on the mobile phone, though. But the casual console gamer, as of this moment, is sitting over there on PlayStation more than anything. The ones who want to buy the exclusives that love those games go to Nintendo, though. But that Casada is doing anything, do you think it will grow with these prices, though? Right now, this very moment, when it comes down to gaming in general, though, it's tough to make things grow because everything is mad expensive. Everything is mad expensive. Everything right now is on a pause situation because of the memory crisis. That's a whole different story, though. But like I said, you need a cache. These caches that are sitting on this console for all these years on PlayStation, you need to bring them over here, at least some of them over here, to balance this out. Bring them over to this side. So you got to really work on that. And Xbox has all the weapons to bring them over here, and yet they have not used it. And I want them to use it. That's why, for example, Google Poll. Let me tell you this. The other day, I was in a quiet meeting, right? And they told me this. Oh, you know this. They brought up exclusives, right? Guess what I told them? Okay, so what am I going to do with that? Because I know something about exclusives. What am I going to do with that if these guys are not pushing this? I want to know what did they mention something about Call of Duty? Did they mention something about Minecraft? Did they mention something about this? And now I just mentioned it though. A lot of Xbox think PS is huge. It's so huge. I mean, they have 125 million users, man. We got 30 million over here when it comes down to Game Pass. We got 60 million in total. Now we got to get more to come over here so that way it can grow and Game Pass can stay healthy and they don't shut that shit down, because if they do, we're going to be like, what the hell? Exactly. That's what I mean, though. The PS games aren't selling as much because people are playing the same game. And like I said, though, Xbox has the weapons to get this box to be over the top of being insane. People talk even more positive about it. Yet they haven't done that. Xbox had the COD marketing rights for a few years in this gen, and they got their asses beat and made no difference. Xbox One had the COD marketing? I don't know about that one, though, because PlayStation had it for years, though, and they kicked ass over there, especially with that 1080p bullshit, too. Mention Apple advertising off the phones, which release yearly. Xbox does not release no however yearly. They're not the same. Guys, look, you need to understand something. We're in a gaming channel. So right now in this gaming channel, we're talking about when it comes down to gaming, not brand recognition, though. Of course, if we go to brand recognition, that's a different story, though, you Brand recognition is a different story. Devs are getting tired of supporting multiple platforms. That's a huge deal. Yep, and that's why Xbox is trying to stick to make this console just to work on one platform and not work on multiple, though. Louis, how when the media is getting paid to trash the platform? Well, here's the thing, though, Safo. A lot of people, the only people that go into media, as Google posted, are the ones that we know about, right? But then here's the thing, though, the people are not, because the funny story behind this is this. Not a lot of people know this box is alive and well. The only way that they will know is if they go out there and show that they are out there. That's why they got to push behind the boundaries when it comes out to the media, because media is one thing, but the world is another thing. You guys need to understand that. Because look, if we go to all the parts of the world, the media even talks different than how they do over here. They do. And it's always a different topic. Like, it's a different thing, though. When nobody knows that mean when they say it, it's catch all. But again, they gotta get out there though. They gotta show themselves, man. Even though like here, I understand your point, but if they don't go out there and show themselves, then what are we doing? They gotta show more about themselves, man. They have to. They gotta tell the world we're here and we're alive. We got these options. We got all this stuff. Come around and cook with us. That's what they gotta do. And that's the point that I sit here and I'm like, man, Xbox, do a little bit more. Just that teensy bit more. You do that teensy bit more, you'll be fine. I know you get annoyed when people talk about marketing. I know you get annoyed when people trolling this, but look, if something is missing out there, we gotta mention it. Because if we don't mention it, then what are we doing though? People say marketing without knowing what the fuck they're talking about. What we do though, we do you, baby, because I see it all the time. It tells me more of the person that of what they worry about. Well, go, Paul. Here's the thing, though, go, Paul. I'm in this show right now. I'm in the show right now, and I always tell you what to worry about. I always tell you guys what to play next. That's the only thing you guys got to worry about, and let these companies figure it out. But while we're on the show, though, if I don't go out there and say something that I feel like it's missing, that I want to see more, then I will talk about it. That's the whole point. You got to mention it, though. I mean, like I said, I've done my research, man. And it sucks that I got people who wanted to play Beast of Reincarnation saying, I got to save money to buy. I'm like, wait, you got Game Pass, so I want to take advantage of that. But isn't that an Xbox thing? I'm like, oh, God. It's on Windows, too. And that's what is missing, though. It needs to educate those people who are casuals that we have this here, too. That's the whole point. Market where and what's ROI looking like per dollar spent? Oh. Oh, yes, Sunrash. We need this in the world, my friend. Yep, we do. Let me go check Discord real quick before I hop off. What happens if they advertise in DR Soccer? Hey, man, at least they're showing that they're here and that they're alive and there's people here that play video games. That's what it's showing, man. And that's what they got to show, man. They got to show themselves even more. That was my main problem with this. And now they're actually showing themselves even more. I mean, we just had SummerSlam, a big event, and they showed Gears of War. And I'm like, I was happy about it. I was like, yes, there you go. That's what you got to do. Show yourself more. Keep showing yourself. They paid lots of money. They probably did. Cool. But at the end, though, they are showing this and saying, hey, we're alive and well. That's what we want, though. Mod Retro M64 Smoke Edition Review GameStop. What? I have to catch this later. Now we got a Mod Retro to play N64 games? Spend 3 times more advertising DR Soccer event and sell 10 consoles as a result. Yay. Oh, but I bet you they get 40 people to jump into the service, though, or probably hundreds of people to jump into the service, though. They actually do market, though. People don't know how absurdly advertising expensive is. Of course, I know how expensive it is. That's why they spend that money on it. I'll be honest, if it comes out from Xbox, they're very insecure and annoying. Very insecure and annoying. Very insecure and annoying. Gogo Paul, Asha told us how the business was. How bad it was over there on Xbox. So you're telling me that we're insecure and it's annoying because we want something that's better for them. Wow, now the CEO, wow. I just love. I'm loving this debate today because they're really. I love how they're facing me over something. I don't worry about marketing for anything else or buy use. Okay, 100 people jump into Game Pass, makes 3K a month, and they spend 30 to make that big fail. Also, now you're saying that, I'm trying to understand though. So you're saying that Game Pass is a failure though? I just want to know what games are on it, etc. How do you know what games are on it though? If they don't advertise it, and you're literally responding to yourself, man. You're trying to argue with me. You're responding to yourself though. It's not like I hate its console word talking points that are ludicrous. What are we saying wrong? I mean, what am I saying? What I'm saying wrong here? I mean, I'm just saying they need just to throw out there a little bit more, just spend a little bit more to go out there to get more people attracted to this thing. That's all I'm saying, though. What's wrong with me saying that, though? Does that mean I'm insecure? No, because if I was insecure, I wouldn't be talking about it. I'd be trashing about it. And I keep on talking about how positive, Xbox and everything that's doing, how positive it is. While everyone out there is trash talking about it, and I'm out here talking about how positive. I mean, I'm even facing all these dudes out here that talk a lot of shit about it in every article they write. Every single day, from Mondays to Fridays, I talk about it. That's what I do every single day here. Now, if I say, look, we're missing something because I've done a little bit of research because of something I've seen a lot of stuff happening. It's because something is missing there, and that is, hey, spend a little bit more here to try to attract the person to come to your service. Well, then, you bay. Oh no, Google Poll, no, 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 no. I never mentioned go back to the 360 marketing ways. No, 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 no. Because that's all changed though. It's different. Marketing is different nowadays. What they got to do is they got to put in where the gamers are, and what they got to do is they got to put in, for example, sporting events, stuff like that. A couple big events just to get out there though. They spent 30 million average to generate 3K a month. Oh, that's a huge fail. Oh, well, Sony spends 100 million on marketing and they make 104 though, but at least they made 104. They made 4 million on top of that, man. So what I mean is they got to get a little bit more out there. They got to explain more of the things out there, man. I think that is what we are kind of seeing right now, though. That Louis, as shown in SummerSlam, yep, that was a beautiful thing that they did, though. I was happy about that. And what did I say, though? We got Formula One racing. We got Mercedes Benz right now racing and winning races like crazy. And it has Microsoft slap on it. Xbox can go out there and shake those guys to be Gears of War. And if they win first place, they'll be there, though. Louis MS would. You sure about that, though? Because Google, right now, Microsoft is in Formula One. You know how much it costs just for those guys to have Microsoft logo on a Formula One driver? I mean, I wish I had that kind of money. Huh. Ho, ho! Whoa! Microsoft right now is in Formula One, and they've been in Formula One for the last 3 or 4 years. And if you did not notice this, I can't even look for it. Here, let me. Oh God, let me show you this right now. Oh man. I know I'm gonna get copyright strike for this, but I don't give a shit. I'll put my phone right now. I'm gonna even lower the volume, but I bet you they're gonna hit me with this. But I'm gonna show you something right now. Even though it was a car that was losing races, though, but hey, you're telling me they're not spending money? Shoot. Now, where's the volume to this? I want to lower the volume to this shit. Okay, let me see if I can grab this real quick. How do I lower the volume of this? Because I can't find it, though. Yeah, let me just go back to it. Let's just do this real quick. There it is. Got it. Hold up a second. 1 second, chat. All right. So look at this. This was a review of something that happened a couple years ago. And now,
After
since they
teasing us for
are...
several days, Bethesda and Machine
No, this volume. Okay, good. So this was the F1 car from back in the day, though. The Great Circle right there. You're telling me they're not wasting money on that? Yes, they are. Now they got to get Gears of War on it, just like they did with SummerSlam. So every time I see this, I smile. I'm like, thank you. This is what I want to see out there. I want to see you guys in sports events. I want to see you out there, cooking. Oh, man. No. Listen. I'm not upset about it, my friends. I'm not upset about it. Of course not. I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying push a little bit more. That's all. Push a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. Just push a little bit more. Push. And that way, we can bring it more into subject. That's all I'm saying, though. I'm not mad about it. I mean, they do whatever they want. Because you know what I get mad about, chat? I just get mad about what is the next thing I'm going to play, because there's so much things to play that it's crazy. Because something brought it once. Oh, because the thing is, you babe, look, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, when you love a brand, right, you just want to see it go out there even more. You want to show itself even more out there, right? They put that on one of because and during that year, they were advertising Alpine, and now they're advertising Mercedes Benz, and Mercedes Benz has been winning. So imagine they gear up that car with Gears of War on it. They go out there and they race, man, boom, and they win first place. Oh my God. Oh, there you see, Gogo Pole. They need to play hardball to matter in this market. That's will speak. Oh, but that's part of the hardball, though. Marketing is part of the hardball. You said it loud and clear. They got to go out there and play hardball, and that's what they're doing. What do you think Asha went out there and signed deals about movies because of that? What do you think all this stuff happened, though? Asha signed these deals to do movies because that's part of the hardball. And she knows that once these movies go out there, TV shows go out there, they know that their games will sell more and probably their consoles will do more. But the point is, they want to go out there, show more content to get people attracted to these games. That's what they do. Like up all this big shit from PSA will speak a ton of over 5 years. That you're right about that. They can lock up all that shit, but in order to show where their shit is locked up, they gotta go out there and say it. The question is, will the Gears of War have the Xbox logo exclusive? Well, let me tell you something. The helmets did have the Xbox logo, Joey. Joey, I gotta show you that day. That was pretty cool. And they have a helmet that has the Xbox logo on it. I want Xbox to do things that make sense. Oh, so what they're doing is not making sense though. That reset makes sense because they had to reset the whole thing of everything that was going down bad. And now with this reset, they got to push, and in order to push, they got to market, my friend, just to be out there, just for the things to make sense though. Oh, once Elder Scrolls and Fallout is not on PS, trust me, they don't need to see it. Oh, okay. But again, okay. But here comes the question though. How will people know that Elder Scrolls and Fallout will be on Xbox though alone? How do people know that though? Is it just they're gonna come by YouTube and see us? And word of mouth is better than advertisement than anything at some teeny little soccer event. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, you guys have not seen events these days, have you? Have you guys seen events? Oh man, what do you think people go to the Super Bowl for? They look a lot. You want to know what's so funny, you babe? There's a lot of people in life that watch the Super Bowl just for the halftime. I remember for years and years on end, people talked to me about the Super Bowl, about the halftime more than the Super Bowl game. Oh, but again, how will they know it's on Xbox to play it though? Oh, there you thank you. You see? Here it is. He said it. He said it wasn't me. See what I mean? You've been over here debating me for like an hour, and you said it loud and clear. I mean, we're gonna click on that just to show it on the screen. I'm just gonna put it out there. You said it yourself, my friend. Here, how do we put this to be shown on the screen? There you go. If you played Skyrim and want to play the sequel, you need to know where it is at Laugh Out Loud. Of course, you need to know where it is at Laugh Out Loud. See what I mean? You need it. What's the word? Advertise it. What's the word? Marketing. Thank you. We're out. All right, we're done for today's show, chat. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. That seriously, chat. It's been a fun show, like always. So chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful night. Do mean a beautiful and awesome. What is it today? Tuesday. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET with San Pablo, the Big Plume, and San Cypher. And on Fridays, if I'm in the Don't XBI en Español with Elvis Cenecita Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Little Gaming. When I send the signal out. Sorry, but outside the U.S. consoles, oh, yes they do, my friend. Yes they do. When I send the signal over there on Twitter X, Discord, YouTube, and Blue Sky, and that's why you gotta hit that bell so you know when the crazy one comes on top of what's happening in the gaming news world. Chat, have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Morning with Crazy Little Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.